Good morning. It is Friday and I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm here for all of you, for everyone. I'm barely here. Good morning, guys. How we doing? What are we doing on this beautiful Friday morning? Summer is back. I just kind of wanted to just get that out there. I'm really excited. The next week, up until I think next Thursday, it's gonna be like 80 plus degrees here. Yes, so excited. I've been on my Harley the last 3 or 4 days. That's what the big smile is all about. I've gotten more riding time in the last 3-4 days than I have in the last 3 or 4 years. I'm having a blast. I was all over the place after stream yesterday. Daughter got home from school. She had to go to work. Drove her to work on the bike, and then I went for a long ride. Then I had to go to a doctor's appointment. Rode to that. They took 2 pints of blood out of me. Rode that bitch home. It was such a good time. Then the wife got home. Took her out to dinner on the bike. Oh my God, just beautiful out there. Beautiful. I'm feeling good. Life is good, bad. So, what did we miss? What happened? What's happened since the last time I've seen you guys? Anything big besides the world falling apart? Every day it seems to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So, we're still dealing with fallout from, what happened a couple days ago. I'm seeing the world divided even more so. Jumped on Facebook this morning. Probably shouldn't have done that. The level of just insanity is through the roof right now. It's scary. It's scary. I don't know why I'm smiling. I'm still thinking about the bike, but the life in America right now is very, very, very scary. So we'll talk about a little bit of that here in a minute. Besides finding about a Kia the other day. What are you getting? Are you getting a Kia? What Kia did you decide to go with? Be safe out there on that bike, both wheels on the ground at all times. Yeah, I don't do wheelies and shit like that anymore. I don't. Yeah, I try to. It's KIA. I don't do silly things like that. It's a full-time job. Just paying attention to other people. Like I almost got hit the other day pulling in my driveway because there's a person in a big SUV behind me doing this while they're driving. Not paying attention and almost hit me. They had to go off into the shoulder of the road so they didn't hit me. I just, it's scary. It's scary. So, I don't know. Well, I try to pay attention to the road as much as possible. I don't get to really enjoy the ride. But when I hit those back roads where there's nobody, oh, God. One-handed, legs kicked out, ready to rock and roll, man. It's a good time. Good time. Justin, are you talking about Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk's all over the news right now, and unfortunately he's become a martyr, and exactly what I thought was going to happen is happening right now. We have number one, we don't even have the guy. We don't even have the suspect in custody. We know very little about him. Like I was saying yesterday, that it's hard to believe the cameras didn't get him. They've released footage of him jumping off the roof and running into a wooded area. So they have at least that. They have pictures of him in the building. Skinny guy with a hat, glasses. Look like any other college bound kid. So it's gonna take some work to find this guy. But until we do, we don't know the reason why. But everyone is making assumptions. There's a certain news network that's really working hard at putting blame on a certain group of people. And I think that needs to stop, guys. We don't know anything right now except for he was shot and killed by somebody. The reason behind it is we don't know. We can assume all we want. But man, it's just getting bad out there. They're just riling people up, getting people angry. And I'm seeing people legitimately angry and yelling at each other and just, it's disgusting right now, guys. I don't. Oh, no. You're fine, Justin. You're fine. I didn't mean to talk about this all day yesterday, but we ended up doing it and I felt really good about it. The wife was even very, very proud of how I handled things respectively. Like I'm some asshole or something. I don't know. But we had a very good conversation yesterday, and it was unbiased. It was just right down the middle, just not thinking party wise or Democrat, leftist, rightist, right wing, this and that. We were just talking as humans, just having a conversation about all these things that were going on. The biggest thing was that 9/11 wasn't talked about at all yesterday. It was all Charlie Kirk, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a huge situation. That's something, but we need to put that aside for a second and focus on what happened beforehand. Because again, we were all divided 24 years ago yesterday. We were all united as one while we watched this horrible terrorist attack take place. And then fast forward 24 years and we're more divided than ever. What happened? It's sad. It's sad and scary. It really is. So he was witness doing it. Heard they have him. They had somebody, but as far as I know, the manhunt for this guy is still on. As far as just a couple, you figure that'd be all over the news if they had him in custody. They had a couple people yesterday, Big Al Mac, but they let him go because they were just, suspicious acting characters. But I don't think they've got this guy yet. But my advice to you guys is while you go out and you're watching your news programs or whatever your news outlet is, just don't get into the hype right now. Okay. There's a lot of hype and there's a lot of anger being pushed around. And there's a lot of, again, I hate the word narrative, but there's a lot of narrative being pushed right now. And you just got to be careful what you believe. All we know at this point is that we know nothing other than he was shot and killed. We don't know why. We don't know from who. We don't know any reasoning behind it. So getting upset at a certain party and pushing shit back and forth across the line, it's not helping anybody right now. Let's just focus on the fact that he was killed, horribly killed in front of a lot of people. And until then, and we get any other news, we don't know anything other than that. So let's just focus on mourning for him and his family, and we'll get news soon. But getting upset and just going and creating more issues is not the answer, guys. It's not the answer. So just be careful with any information that you get. Just be careful, and don't get wrong at them. Don't get mad at the wrong people, especially friends and family. Because I'm seeing a lot of friends and family back and forth right now over this, because one is one party and one's the other party, and we need to stop. We can agree that we disagree on a lot of different things, but him being killed was not right. So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I would love, I mean, if anyone has something that they can give us, a link to something showing that he's been picked up, that they had this guy in custody, put it in chat so we can all go to it and we can see it together. Please. I had a conversation with someone about building bike, car, truck parts like skate parks so you can go somewhere and fuck around with first response teams nearby. P.S. There a briefing from the law enforcement team handling the case scheduled for 2 p.m. today, I believe. It's probably just going to be just normal. We have an idea. We have a suspect, and we have an idea of who he is, and they may or may not give us a name. That's kind of dangerous because if this guy that they're looking for, that they think is a suspect, isn't in any wrongdoing, and his name is put out there like he is, it's an actual fucking death sentence for this person. As soon as people find out who they're looking for, it's going to be a death sentence because whoever finds him before the police will probably end up killing this guy. And then we'll get no answers. Regardless of what you think should happen to this guy, we need him taken alive. We need answers. We need to find out what happened, and then he can see his day in court. But the problem is that if they release a name and there's enough people out there that are angry and getting more angry by the minute, they're going to take matters into their own hands, and then we're not going to have any answers. So if you happen to see whoever they're looking for, just knock them out, guys. Knock them out. Don't kill them. Just knock them out and take them in. There you go. I can't watch news because I won't understand it minus the weather. I don't even understand the weather. But they said it was going to be 80 today. Why is it 70? This doesn't make it. Yeah. Trump made a statement claiming they had the shooter in custody a few hours ago. Did they? Okay. I haven't seen anything official, but I'm seeing a lot of video online of a statement that he made that I can't find anywhere else. Maybe I'm just not looking properly, but a lot of people are saying it's AI. I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's hard to tell because, with AI, they're so damn good at it nowadays. It's hard to say what's up, but severance footage shows the shooter running and jumping off the roof. Yeah, I've seen that. Saw that this morning. Like we were talking about yesterday, it's hard. I was saying like it's hard to believe that they didn't have any footage of this guy jumping off the roof. Well, they released it finally, so it's out there now. I think they're just being very, very careful about how much they show the American people because, like I said, if too many people figure it out and somebody finds him before the police do, they're probably going to kill this guy. Which I'm not condoning at all. I want him brought in alive because I want answers. I want them to put this guy in a fucking room, you know. I wouldn't say waterboard, but, you know, extract some answers out of this guy. We need to know why he did it, if he was paid to do it, the reason behind it, who paid him if that's the case. He could just be acting on his own. I don't know. Maybe he's just mad because Charlie, you know, took his girlfriend 20 years ago. We don't know. We don't know. It could be something stupid and petty. We don't know. But there's a lot of news outlets out there right now that are pushing their little story and their own theories, and they're making people. They're saying it so compassionately. There's some news stations that they have some characters. They have some characters on there, and they're very good at being very emotional. They're actors, really, and they get really into it. And they're like, you know, and then people are like, "Oh my God, he's serious." Yeah, that must be what it is. We don't know anything. It's just all theories right now. So everyone just needs to chill the fuck out. Just chill until we figure out what the hell is going on. And then you guys can be mad later. You guys can be mad at whatever answers we get later down the road. But right now, we just all need to calm the fuck down. And we'll just chill. It was a horrible experience. The guy should have been killed for any reason. There's no reason why that guy should have been killed. Yeah, you might not agree with him. Yeah, he might have been an asshole. Yeah, he had an anger problem. Yeah, he said very racist things. Yeah, he said very sexist things. But that's the freedom of speech. You can't have it one way or the other. You can't have freedom of speech, but this guy's hurting my feelings, so we need to shut him up. That's not the way it works. We either have full freedom of speech or we don't. So whether you like the guy or not, whether he said things that hurt your feelings or not, doesn't matter. He didn't deserve to get killed. We allow people to be canceled nowadays, not killed. They're canceled. There's a difference. I only found out when I played Delta Force. I recommend waiting for the official briefing to confirm. Charlie went from 3 million followers to 6 million overnight. Yeah. I believe it. All the people standing with him, people that didn't like him before probably like him now, you know, because he's a martyr now, and you know he was a victim of a violent situation. I have the link here for Trump announcing they have the guy they're looking for if you want it. Yeah, put it up, man. Supposedly 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is who they have in custody right now. Is that the guy from the picture, or is that just one of the suspects that they have a carryover of? What kind of site am I going to here? Fox News. All right, that's that's who I was kind of talking about. This is from an hour ago. Got it. I have to pull it up somewhere else here. Here we go. Let's see. We have video here. All right, let's see if we can. No, I'm gonna use your. I'm sorry, I'm gonna use your link here. Son of a bitch! Why do they put all the way at the bottom? It is the guy from the pictures. Okay. I can't believe I actually have to type in Fox News. It still doesn't show up. That's great. Is Fox News blocked from Google or something? That's wild. Okay. I want to use your link because I don't want you to think that I'm changing things because I don't like Fox News. That's far from the... Jesus. Hang on. All right, this is live. Okay, that's too much. I want the info. I can't. Okay, so somehow I can't get your link on this other computer, and if I look it up, it doesn't come up. That's crazy, dude. So if Fox News, I don't know if Fox News is being like quiet, hushed. What the hell? Come on, work, damn it. Are you fucking serious? Okay, there we go. Save. Dude, what a process. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I have to. I now I'm just sending it to this computer via. There we go. What a process. Okay, I'm going to give up on this. Apparently, Fox News is not working or something. I can't pull it up. It just refuses. Why can't I? Okay, I'm gonna pull up just a random one here, guys. I don't want TMZ. There's a live. Okay, so the FBI is holding a live press conference right now talking about the arrest of a suspect. All right. Either way, okay, we're just gonna move on. It's not functioning right now. Fox News is. I don't know what the problem is, but I can't actually look up Fox News right now, and the link doesn't doesn't lead anywhere. All right. So supposedly they have a suspect, so that's good. I hope they don't focus too much on that right now, and they just give us some answers if this is the actual guy that they're looking for. There we go. Okay. So real quick, I also want to go through. So they have a suspect in custody. We'll find out later today once we get. Right now they're just like, this is preliminary. Hey, we got a guy. We're looking into it. We'll let you guys know when we know. Probably just to calm everyone down. Like we need everyone to calm the fuck down right now. Whether this is the guy or not, we don't know. They have somebody in custody. That's all we know. So until I can get a legit video going on, we won't know. But you guys are welcome to follow that link, and maybe it'll work for you guys, and see if you can get that going. And you can, it's from Fox News, and it looks like it's from one of their daily shows. They had Trump on the day of the show, and that's it. Anyhow, yesterday there was an active shooter here in Swartz Creek while we were going through all of this crazy shit. My wife texted me and let me know that there was an active shooter probably 2 miles from my house. We didn't know much about what was going on. It finally took care of itself. I found some video, so we're gonna go to this. I'll show you guys this. This is what happened in my neck of the woods yesterday while all this other shit was happening. And never mind, apparently the news is copyright. Either way, all right. So basically, in a nutshell, the story is a guy was at his home, and someone tried to serve him papers for whatever. He was getting served, and he pulled a gun on that guy. That guy called the cops and said, "I'm trying to serve papers to this guy. He's home, and he pulled a gun on me." The cops showed up. The guy starts shooting out of his front door or front window at the cops. So the cops had to bring in some backup. There was there was state troopers there. You had sheriffs there. The daughter and I, when I was taking her to work, it was still happening. It didn't. They made it sound like it was over at like noon. It didn't stop until like 2:30 in the afternoon. But they still had the road closed off, and I was trying to give her a ride to work, so I had to turn around and go a different way. But as we were turning around, a bomb squad van came out of that area. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is really bad," But what happened is the guy, he didn't want to come out, and they were able to finally, after several hours, 2:30 is when they ended, they were able to talk him out peacefully. So no one got hurt, no one got killed. I don't know why the bomb squad was there. I don't know if he had threatened that there was a bomb or what. I don't really have a whole lot. I was starting to watch this. I'm like, no, I'm going to watch it with the rest of you guys. But apparently it's copyrighted, which is fucking stupid. Whatever. So that was what happened in my neck of the woods. Pretty crazy shit. So eviction probably. Yeah, probably. He just didn't want to leave his home. Yeah, it's happening all over the place, you know, with the way that the economy is right now. People are losing their jobs, not able to get jobs. Money is extremely tight right now. It's, you know, people are losing their houses. People are losing their homes, getting kicked out of their apartments. It's not good. It's not good. But that ended up being a very peaceful situation. It got scary, you know, when things happen in a small town by you, you don't really know what's going on. They lock down certain schools in the area and all that, which I think is a little extreme. When you have a person in a house and you have it surrounded, there's no reason to shut down anything around it. As a matter of fact, I think the speedway across the street was still active. I think there's people like, we're not shutting down. Are you kidding me? We got to get people going on the road. So I don't know. So what's going on? What's happening today? I don't know. I don't know. I spent an hour or so after the wife left, going through all my socials and just seeing what the hell was happening in the world. I don't know. It's sad. The continuation of the Charlie Kirk story, it's just getting worse. It seems like a lot of AI shit out there. There's a lot of misquoting him. There's a lot of justifying what the shooter did. There's a call, you know, for civil war. I don't understand. Why are we to this point, guys? Why are we to this point where both sides are just acting like children? Like immediately, there's news stories from certain outlets that immediately paint the picture as, you know, with this party. This party's been acting out of control. They need to be, they need to be spanked. You know, they got to be disciplined. And then you got the crazies that are like, let's rise up, civil war, baby, let's go. You've been asking for it. It's like, calm the fuck down, guys. Calm down. What are you doing? We don't need to start pulling guns on each other and fucking killing each other over stupid shit. We don't even know we don't even know what this guy was doing. We don't know why he did it. Let's get some answers first before we start fucking blowing up the town. Good load. Good loady. I think it's protocol for school. Oh, it is 100% it's protocol for school. I just don't understand the protocol. You're not really, if you have the situation contained, and it's not like the guy's going to run from his house, jump in a car, drive to the nearest school, and run inside and barricade himself in. You can lock the doors, but you don't, I don't know. The door should be locked anyways at a school. Just so you guys know, this day and age, the school door should be fucking locked. As soon as the kids are in and school starts, that bell rings, all doors should be locked. I don't know. That's just me. Now, if there was a driver, if there was a high-speed chase, maybe, because you never know what this guy's going to do. Maybe he is going to pull off and get cornered at a school, and then then you did the right thing. But if the guy's in his house miles away, I don't know. It just seems a little extreme. But yeah, I mean, protocol is protocol. I get it. Yeah, I understand that. That's not. It's just the protocol seems weird to me. That's all. But yeah, they ended up in one of the schools was quite a ways away. They both kind of are. But they closed down 2 schools for an hour, put them on lockdown. Either way, that situation is done and over. Yeah, see, there's another story that I'm seeing here of a man was falsely linked to the Charlie Kirk shooting, and now the family is under quarantine or under house arrest or whatever because they're scared for their lives, and it's bad. This is what happens though when people are upset and then the media riles them up even more. It gets to this point where everyone's just like, I need answers and I need I need to take matters in my own hands. I'm not going to stand for this shit. It's not good. It creates civil unrest. It creates more problems than you need. It's bad. So the next city to start having riots and stuff, then there we go. Now you get the National Guard. You get the National Guard. You get the National Guard. Yeah, it's just going to be crazy. Yeah, there is a picture of this guy. of the falsely accused one. He's all over the place right now. Blonde hair guy. Did you all see the vid of this kid hobbling down the street towards the campus and no one? Clear as day in the vid, like, wow. He was hobbling down the street. Oh, I haven't seen any of it. I saw the video of him jumping off the roof, which I assumed existed in some form. We didn't have it yesterday. We finally got that. There's stories all over the place though. There's there's one that's saying that the bullet ricocheted off his bulletproof vest. Does anybody think that he's wearing a vest in that shot? He's not wearing. He's just wearing a t-shirt. And there apparently there was something black on his shirt, but people are saying it's his microphone. But they're saying that was the bullet. It bounced off of his and it went into his neck. And like, a guy again, like these home detectives with their video skills are coming up with all these crazy things, and it's like, let the professionals handle this, guys, please, because all you're doing is you're just creating more problems. You can tell he has a gun shoved down his pants. It's hindering his walking. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. Now, all the pictures that they have of this guy, it had to have been beforehand, right? So what do you think? Do you think he went up there and he put the gun up there and he was wandering around? Because it doesn't look like he's having any problem. The picture that they have of the guy doesn't look like he has any problem walking around. So do you think he went there, stashed the gun, wandered around a little bit, and then went back up? Or do you think the picture that they have right now is of the wrong guy? I don't know. There's too many questions. And again, we don't have answers for a lot of these questions. So people freaking out and wanting to, go on a personal manhunt for this person that they don't even, they don't know. It's kind of scary. Anybody that fits that description is kind of has a target on their back today. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Reckless put up a link up there. It goes to Fox News. I wasn't able to pull it up. Apparently, Trump is saying that they have a suspect in custody, but I don't know what that means because they had 2 yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But again, we just got to be patient. Let the FBI do their shit. They'll get to the bottom of it. They'll figure it out. The FBI and the U.S. Marshals will figure it out together. And then when we get the answers, then we can start losing our shit. But right now, we all just need to be calm. Let's wait for answers. Let's just continue to mourn, the loss, and we'll move on. That being said, now the school shooting that happened the same day as Charlie Kirk that seems to be overshadowed by everything else, they have that guy in custody. He was a 16-year-old kid. Apparently, he's a 16-year-old kid. I don't have a whole lot of the story there, unfortunately. I wish I would have paid a little more attention to that. I was just bewildered by the amount of people that are ready to pick up a gun and shoot somebody else today just because they are on a different side of a topic than others. It's very scary. That's why I live in the country, folks. That's why I live out here and mind my own fucking business. I can't believe in 2025 in America we can have 2 dudes on rooftops shooting at political events. Like, what? How does that even happen? Doesn't sound like any type of security at all. Well, I understand the presidential shooting is a little weird to me, just because Secret Service, that's their fucking job. But at a campus, campus security, they don't go on roofs. They're typically, I don't want to paint a false picture, but they're just guys that are hired to just secure rowdy kids. They're not military. They're not actual policemen unless they are. I don't know. I just assume campus security is basically mall security cops. I don't know. Is that true? Is that not true? I don't assume that they hire vets to be campus security, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know if it is. Do they really look into security that much? Because this has got to be a new one for them. School shootings and campus shootings have been a thing forever. They date back to the 60s. The tower shooter at one of the campuses was shooting from a clock tower in some school that dates back to the 60s. I want to say, but either way, I don't think that I didn't think they really. He had his own personal security. I think they're more worried about people at eye level being within 10, 15 feet of him pulling a gun on him. So he had security around him. But I don't think anyone ever thought to look at the tops of buildings, I don't know. Like, where's the drone patrols, metal detectors, etc.? It's a joke. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree that, we need better security. And I assume that school, whatever the name of that school is in Utah, will probably have better security after this. But that's usually what happens is we didn't think about not letting people on with nail clippers or having more than, 3 ounces of any type of fluid on your carry-on on a plane until after 9/11. The bad things have to happen for safeguards to be put in place. That's kind of how it's more of a reactive than a proactive thing here. And I don't know if that's just our country, if that's everyone, and but that's typically how things go. Something bad has to happen for a law or a thing to be put in place to prevent it from happening again. So, at this point, wouldn't the roofs and High Point be what's secured first? Rooftops would be my first priority. Even if they did secure it, are they going to keep somebody up there to make sure nobody gets up there after they've secured it? That's the thing. Are you going to have somebody up on the roof, and what are you going to do? Are you going to have them up there with a walkie-talkie? Do you have them up there with their own guns? So if they see a shooter that's on a different roof than what they are and they can't get to him in time, they can shoot that guy? Like, how do they prevent it from happening? You're talking more people. You have to have more people, probably sharpshooters up, to do it themselves. Otherwise, all you're doing is creating another witness to the fucking thing. It's just, and I'm not condoning it at all. I'm just saying, like, from their perspective, he's not the president. He does, he hired his own security. I don't know. But Trump being shot in the ear last year, that one's a little baffling to me. That is a little weird. That is a little strange. Somebody dropped the ball somewhere. And I know a lot of people lost their jobs because of it, but that one's a little strange to me. I don't know. I don't know. We all question that one, I think. But this one makes sense. He's just a civilian. He wasn't anyone, like, he was more of a celebrity than anything. So I don't know. We got to get serious about certain things in this country. Yeah, absolutely. Number one, the hate. The hate needs somehow we got to stop the hate. A lot of these news outlets, and I'm not going to point at certain ones because they all seem to do it in their own fucking way. They all create this fear. Some talk, they just present the news, and other ones like to provoke. And you know who I'm talking about. You guys see this all the time. It's not just one news outlet. So I'm not pointing the finger at just one, but there are compassionate actors that like to get their point across, and they do it in such a way that other people are like, yeah, this guy, I'm with this guy. Let's rise up. Grab the pitchforks. Let's go. It's like everyone calm down. We have problems in this country. We need to fix it. We don't need to create more problems. It seems like something so simple, right? I mean, just that everybody would just get it, but that's not the case. Some people are easily swayed. Some people are just angry. Some people are just mad and crazy. And, all it takes is just a light push, and they're off the deep end they go. And we end up with situations like this. But I don't know. We don't know enough about the situation as of yet to really say the reason why. But either way, guys, the question is there isn't any problems there, right? In Utah, you never hear about Utah. Utah is very, very quiet, right? So there isn't like civil unrest there. There isn't problems there. So how do they address this? Because it's done and over now. It's a one and done. You're going to put more security at that school. You don't really need it because that person was more than likely, again, this is a theory, we don't really know, was only after Charlie Kirk. So there's really no other threat there. The threat is done and gone. I'm just curious as how this is going to play out from the highest office in the land. What is the president and his cabinet going to do? What repercussions are going to come from this? I don't know. That's what I'm worried about is how is the pushback? What's going to happen here? No one reads, they watch, listen, and form an opinion from someone else's TikTok. They don't invest in themselves and finding their own truths. No one does research anymore, Metal. We both agree on that. That's why I keep saying don't get your news from Facebook, guys. There's too many people out there sharing stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. They see something, it looks good, it sounds right, and they're like, "Yep, this is truth." And then they reshare it and they put in bold capital letters, "Truth." I think the word truth has lost its meaning. I really do. Sad. Have I seen this game Active Matter yet? Something, yeah, I think so. Everything on Facebook is true. Yes, it is. Even all those AI videos that all the older folks like to comment on. Oh man, this coffee is fucking good today, just so you know. All right, so are you telling me we're moving on? Are we moving on from this conversation? There's not a whole lot more we can say. I'll just leave with this. We need to wait and get answers from the guy that actually shot. So hopefully the suspect they have is the actual guy, because we don't know at this point. We personally don't have enough pictures of this guy to know what's what, who's who. But I'm sure the FBI has a lot more information that they're not sharing with us right now. Probably, a good thing. Right? It's probably a good thing. So we'll find out sooner than later. But until then, guys, fucking chill out. Everyone just chill and relax. It's Friday. It's the weekend, baby. Let's all have a good time. Hell yeah. Speaking of good time, I surprised the wife yesterday. She thought that she was coming home and we were going to make chicken marsala together. And she's like, "I've had a really bad day. I really just want to, can't we just go get our tacos tonight?" I'm like, no, we got, you remember, the money situation. We're trying to make sure we got, try to keep the money straight. We can do it, but we got to keep the money straight. All right, fine. She gets home. I had the bike ready. I said, "Go change. You're getting on." And I took her for a little ride. We ended up at our favorite taco joint, and we had ourselves some tacos and cervezas. Money be damned. Money be damned. It's only money. You can't take it with you. And we had a really good time. So she was in a really, really good mood last night and this morning. So if you guys have the opportunity to take your significant other, surprise them with a dinner sometime. And here's the thing. Don't ever ask them where they want to eat. You guys should already know this by now. Just plan the restaurant, plan the meal. Just do it. Just do it all. They'll love you to death, I swear to God. Anyhow, we are going to, we'll look at that game here in a minute. Active Matter, I think, is the name that you threw at me. We're going to try to do something else here. There we go. Okay. What day is it? It's Friday, guys. I already told you. Don't pay attention. What the hell are you doing around here? All right. So today is September 12th. I do have an elusive target. I'm just going to throw this in here, just segue real quick. I have an elusive target via Hitman, the Surgeons. There's 2 of them, and you have to kill them a specific way. That video will be out later today. So for all of you guys that like to watch me murder as quick as possible in a video game, gotcha today. Gotcha. All right. So anyhow, today is National Day of Encouragement. This is a perfect day for that. I encourage you guys all to have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Go outside. Put the video games down. Put that fucking controller down. Push the mouse and keyboard to the side. Go outside and enjoy the weather. Okay? Because people like me, it'll be snowing in 2 weeks, and we're gonna hate life. Some of you guys have better weather than me, but for the rest of you guys, enjoy this summertime that we have. 1 more week, and that's it. It's all done. No, I don't need to buy a used Honda. Let's see. National Hug and High Five Day. Yes. Hug it out. Tuck it in. Tuck it in, man. Tuck it in. So make sure if you see any humans today, because I can't high five here. Real quick. High five, guys. Everyone, high five the screen. Boom. There it is. Yes. My dog. My dog. Hell yeah. If you see any other humans today, make sure you hug them or high five them. How's that? Whatever happened to handshakes? After COVID, I'm scared to I'm a handshaker. That's just who I am. I'm not a hugger. I asked my wife, I do not hug people. I don't like hugs. I'm not a fucking hugger. 3 people are allowed to hug me. My wife, my daughter, and my grandma. Those are the only 3 people that are allowed to hug me. Everyone else just don't touch me. But I shake hands left and right. And it seems like after COVID, you can't do that anymore. I tried to shake people's hands sometimes, and they always do the fist bump. I'm like, oh man, God, missed opportunity. I had a nice firm handshake for you, and you fucked up. You fucked up, not me. Okay. It's also National Just One Human Family Day. I've been talking about this for days, guys. We just need to just unite. We need to be united. What a day for it. So today, this is just one human family day. We're all united today, guys. There's no Republicans. There's no Democrats. There's no liberals. There's no right-wing activists. We're all one people. Okay? You guys are awesome. National Report Medicare Fraud Day. Well, we were one family, but I know that guy's committing fraud. Let's turn him in. Medicare Fraud Day. I think that's weird. I would, yeah. Okay. Either way, I don't know. How would you know? How would you report them? It seems kind of like a, put a bounty on your neighbor type situation, or skip that one. National Video Game Day. What do you know? Today, it's an actual national day. It's a national holiday. National Video Games Day is today, guys. So I'll tell you what. We'll balance this out, okay? You give me 3 hours in the daylight today, and then I'll let you go play video games the rest of the day. How's that sound? When you get home, I want you to go outside, and I want you to spend some time in the sun. Remember that thing? The thing that kind of made your skin all nice and toasty? Yeah. Go get some sun, and then when the sun goes down and it's nighttime, then you go play your video games, okay? Because we still have to celebrate the day, but I want you to go outside. I'm telling you, do it. And I'll probably be on Gray Zone playing on the public, the test server tonight, because I want to see what they've done. I want to see what they're doing over there with the Unreal Engine 5.5. So that's just real quick. I'll be on Gray Zone tonight. Boom, there you go. National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Who likes milkshakes? Anybody here still drink milkshakes? Any adults? Any adults drink milkshakes? Put your hand down. I don't drink milkshakes. I haven't had a milkshake in years. I'm good. I'm good on that. I can't really have dairy anyhow, but I'm not a sweets guy. If you put sweets and salty snacks in front of me, I'm always going to go for the salty snacks. I'm a salty guy. Wouldn't you know? I'm the saltiest guy you know. And there we go. So I guess the biggest takeaway today is we are one united, and it's also video game day. So do with that as you may. I still recommend you get outside and get some sun, though, please. For all of us, okay? Looks super sick. They're seeking the death penalty. His dad is retired 27-year sheriff or something, and the dad turned him in. Oh, the current suspect? Okay. Feed her shrimp. Don't give her the shrimp. I love it. So I take wife for shrimp. I don't know. Is your wife, is she allergic to shrimp? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, my wife is as well. So I understand. She gets it from her. She get it from her mama. Smokey says he likes milkshakes. And so is Metal. Metal, you got the metabolism that everyone would kill for. If you could bottle your metabolism and sell it, you'd be the richest guy on the planet. We playing games tonight? I don't know. Are you? I'll be on. Just saying. We have a dealership in the area. It's called Shea, S-H-E-A, Shea Chevrolet or something like that. I don't know. It replaced the Williamsons. And their slogan is just Sheain. I fucking hate that saying. I hate that saying. Just saying. I'm just saying. So when they took it and they made it for their dealership, just Sheain, guess who I'm not doing business with? Yeah. I don't buy Chevys anyhow. I mean, what am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I wouldn't go there anyhow. I don't buy GM products. Fuck that. Metal Josh shared a link. Must be his OnlyFans account. Guys, get in there. Toe picks are half off today. You might even get Rowdy Joe cameo in some of his videos. Just saying. Oh, God. I could. You ain't lying. That's right. All right, so let's get rid of this. That's done and over. Let's look up this game that Metal Josh is talking to us about. I need to find. Oh, is that a Is that a link to what's going on here? So I think I could play YouTube videos for you guys. No, as a matter of fact, I can. Oh, it's milkshake. Okay, we're gonna put that aside for now. That's great. Okay. I love it. I feel like I got rickrolled and I'm okay with it. What was I doing? Okay, so this game is called something. Active Matter. I feel like I know this game. I'm going to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, I got it. All right, I'm going to get confused with Reaper Actual, which is a game that I'm kind of involved with. They have a beta test going up. Okay, so before we get into this, I just need to ask, this will give you guys some time. Did anybody get invited to Battlefield Labs to play, to test out the new BR? The testing started today. Did anybody get into that? I don't even know if you're allowed to even say that, but I'm curious. I've been trying like fucking crazy to get into it. I really want to be involved. So, all right. So, oh yeah. I've seen this. This is the one where like everything's like upside down. It's like you're in a weird fucking dream. This is considered an extraction shooter, right? But it has like really weird like sci-fi elements to it and shit. They're already selling the game. $120. Get you a premium edition and 2 standard edition keys. So for 120 bucks, you can get the big dog and you can get 2, you can sell them or you can get 2 of them to your friends or something along those lines. A premium edition is $80. And it's live as of 3 days ago now. So, okay. It's now available. I did see a video on this a while back. I do remember this. It's kind of like, did anybody play the game Prey back on the 360? You were in an alien ship and there was like there was weird, like these portals that you could walk on and it was like gravity portals. So you could be like sideways upside down, but you're still, the gravity is holding you up. It kind of reminded me of that game. Anybody ever play Prey? Great fucking game, man. It was a Native American on the reservation. Tommy, I think his name was. He didn't want to leave. There's nothing to do outside the reservation. Then the reservation gets hit by aliens and everybody dies except for him. And yeah, it was a great fucking game. If you guys have never played it, you need to check it out. It's called Prey. You'll love it. Anyhow, yeah, I do remember seeing this now. Okay, I might have even shown you guys this video at one point. Here, let's see if this one's copyright protected. Let's just check this. Yeah, Gamescom. I did show this one. All right, I'll be. Hold on. Nope, it's copyright protected too. I can't show you anything today, guys. Sorry. All right, so if you get this, I will as well. Apparently, super hard solo. Haven't seen any upside down stuff. Been watching Jesse Kazan play it. I don't. Who's Jesse Kazan? Is that someone from our community? Is that one of our homies or something? Is that a new name? Is that Rowdy Joe's? Is that Rowdy Joe's new name or something? Not a homie, fairly well-known streamer. Oh, okay. I don't know any streamers. I don't know any streamers. So a lot of times when you guys throw names around, I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then later I go, oh, they have 200,000 subscribers. Cool. I didn't no idea. Okay, yeah, got it. Is it a extraction shooter? I don't know. I don't have any information here. It just says a mind-bending tactical shooter set in a fractured multiverse. That's all I got. They're looking for partners. Intense PvP battles. It's on Xbox and PlayStation. I assume that's coming later. All I saw was that it's live on PC right now. Yeah. Get the digital edition and start playing right now. What if I want the hard copy? Do they sell those? All right, anyhow. Okay. So apparently everything is copyright protected today, so that sucks. I'm just trying to figure out why I can see it here because it's a pass through, but the capture card is saying it's copyright protected. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure if this was a what do they call those? Elgato. If it was, I forgot the name for a minute. I bet if it was an Elgato card, it would my screen would say it's copyright protected too, because I don't think copyrighted stuff will pass through. I don't know. I'm not sure. It has isolated raids as well with just the monsters and anomalies. I gotcha. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. I'm kind of saving my money for some other things. This I made myself a promise that I'm not going to put any more money into games until things change. So, because I'm trying not to dip in any of my side hustle money for this. Whatever money I make from this, I put back into this. Whatever money I make from the side hustles, I put those back into that, or that goes right into the bank account. So, I'm trying to stay firm. Right now, all I pay for every month is just Game Pass. I think it's $22, $23, something like that. It's a little over $20. I pay for that every month, and I get a lot of gaming out of that. So, Mr. Botastic, how you doing? Heyo. How is ya? Game Pass is life, Free. Game Pass is life. It is. I don't know. You know what, Free? This is more for you than for me. The most recent game they put out, I think 2 days ago now, Paw Patrol World. I was gonna stream this. And be like, guys, I'm so out of games to play. I'm so bored with everything out there that's on the market right now that I am playing Paw Patrol. Boom. Oh man, Payday 3 tonight. Penguin left me till Sunday. Ah, poor Smokes. My kid will play the shit out of that. Hell yeah. I played, was it Bluey? There was a Bluey game on here. It might still be on there. It had like the easiest achievements. So it took me like 20 minutes to get it to 1,000. And now I have some reference to Bluey. I know the names because my nephew, who just turned 1, he is into Bluey and Blue's Clues. Apparently there's a new Blue's Clues reboot or something, but my sister wanted the old stuff. So, she asked Big Bro, the pirate, to get her all 6 seasons of the original Blue's Clues, and that kid loves it. Little Mason, your uncle's got you, brother. He's got you. So anyhow, now I can go over there and we can talk Blue's Clues together. He mumbles and I talk blues. So Bluey is my favorite modern kid show. Yes. When my kids were little, there was a lot of different shows on. Gumball, the Foster's House for Imaginary Friends. I kind of got them into Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is, if you looking back at it now, probably not the best show to be showing to little kids. It's more of an adult cartoon, but they love that shit, right? There was one called Caillou. Does anybody remember Caillou, that little bald-headed brat fucking kid? God, I hated that fucking kid. I don't hate many people, but I hated Caillou. And he's a fictional kid. How bad is that? Saying that you hate a kid and he's fictional at the same time. But man, he was a little fucking brat. At one point I started removing those videos and shit from there once I knew what it was. And then they were kind of like, hey, where's Caillou? We want Caillou. I'm like, oh no, we're going to watch Zathura today, or we're going to watch Monster House. We're going to watch something else. And finally they kind of got away from the whole Caillou thing. But man, that fucking kid was a brat. Little shit. My girl bought a Catio for the kiddos, and we're on day 3 of putting that together. Should be back to regular gaming schedule soon. What is a Catio? Is that like a cat patio? That's what I hear. When I hear Catio, I'm thinking that's a patio for a cat. Is that what that is? I need pictures, man. I just need to know what the fuck it is. So as a dad, it's worth the watch. Everyone hates Caillou. Yes. Yeah. They're bringing back a couple of older shows. I think is it Gumball? Gumball's is making a comeback. couple of my kids like that show. Outside enclosed structure for cats to be outside. Boom. It's a cat patio or catio. That's cool, man. I've seen a lot of videos of people making these things for their cats so they can go outside. I saw one that was built on top of a fence, and it's this enclosed, kind of like with chicken wire, like this tunnel that the cat can walk all the way across from the kitchen, outside the kitchen, across the fence, all the way to the front yard. And then there's like this little box that's also enclosed that it can just sit there if it wants to. And then it just follows it back into the house. That's crazy, man. I just open the door, the dog goes out the back. And when the dog wants back in, it just comes back up to the door. I open the door. It's crazy, man. I assume cats just don't want to come back. Is that what it is? You can't let a cat outside because they won't come back. So you have to trap the cat to keep them in. My wife, every time we leave this house, my wife is worried sick. Did I lock the back door? Did I close the back door? Well, number one, the dog can't open the door. Okay. These things called opposable thumbs. The dog ain't got them. Okay. And if the dog was, I told her, finally, I'm just so sick of it. I said, listen, if we left every door and window open in that house, the dog would never leave the house. Our dog is a homebody. She wants to be inside. She doesn't want to be outside. If we're inside, the only time she goes outside is when she needs to go to the bathroom or if we're going with her. She will never go outside by herself. Maybe we're lucky, but I've had a couple of dogs like that. I've also had a Jack Russell Terrier that wanted to get away every chance she could, and she finally got away. But I don't know, the dog we have now, that dog doesn't want to leave this house. She's like, I got a good thing going, and I'm not going to ruin it by leaving this house. So this will connect to the house. One cat we rescued is an outside cat, and she's come back for over 10 years in 5 different houses. The others get jealous, so catio it is. I got you. You got to keep them separated. Is that what the plan is? So they can all go outside without killing each other? Or when they're fighting, you're like, stern dad, take it outside. Hey, you take that shit outside, not in my house. Unless you want dad to get involved. Take it outside. Yes, all can be outside. There you go. I like it. That's cool, man. So, if you're looking for just a way to pass the time, or you are actually into playing children's games, either way, I'm not here to judge. Paw Patrol World is out now on a Game Pass screen near you. I see a lot of these commercials now for Xbox. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Your phone is an Xbox. The newest one is your car is an Xbox, which I think Tesla's natively had the Xbox app in on their screen for years now, but a couple other cars are getting into this now. They have large screens on their dash, which is scary. That's the last thing you want. I already see this. People driving, doing this. The last thing I want to see is people doing this with their hands on the, looking down with their arms resting on the top of the steering wheel, trying to drive while they're trying to get some fucking PUBG going, on the road. I don't ever want to see that. I hope that we don't. That's scary. Now, if the car's driving you and it's on autopilot and I probably trust the AI more than I trust you driving anyhow. So, oh God, that's an Xbox. All right, so all the terrible stuff behind us. We'll just kind of just not talk about that anymore. What are we doing this weekend? What are you guys doing? What is everyone doing this weekend? It's going to be beautiful. I think pretty much all across the USA, it's going to be a beautiful fucking weekend. What is everyone doing? Right now, it's currently 66, 69 giggity. There it is. Let's see those 69 giggities in the chat. It's going to get up to 82. It actually feels like 82 right now. It's going to get up to 82 later today. Tomorrow, we're looking at 80s, Sunday 80s, Monday high 80s, Tuesday high 80s, Wednesday 90 maybe? Wow. Okay, so we don't touch the 70s again until next Saturday. That's awesome. That's fantastic. So again, I know you guys are all talking games, and I know today's the video game day, but go outside and enjoy the weather while you can. If I can go back and talk to the old me at the beginning of this summer, I would tell me to go outside more often. Even though I've been outside majority of the summer, I wish I would have spent more time outside because we don't get a whole lot of summer here, of warm weather in general. It's typically 9 months of cold weather, whether it's snow or not. It's usually cold weather, and we get 3 months of nice weather. Metal Josh is working this weekend. Both jobs. Cutting up cars for training on Sunday with our new battery-powered jaws and spreaders. Nice. Nice. Destruction. My son recently switched jobs, and he put in his 2 weeks, and he was actually working both jobs for 4 days, I want to say. So he was getting up early as fuck, ass crack of dawn. He's to his new job at 7 a.m. He gets out of that job at 4. Then he had to be to his second job, which was his older job that he was still finishing out. He'd go there from 4 to almost midnight. He was doing this the entire week. Yesterday was his last day at his old job. So going forward, actually, I think he leaves here in an hour. He starts his other job is just noon to 7, noon to 8 or something like that. I do believe. And then I think starting next week, he'll be ass crack of dawn. So yeah, he was, we didn't see him for a few days. He was gone by the time we woke up, and, we were typically in bed by the time he got home. So, but you can't argue with that money. Can't argue with the money at the end of the day. And I told him, I was like, man, when you guys were little, this is pretty much the hours I worked as well. I was, up before you guys got up in the morning to go to school, and I got home when you guys were going to bed. I was there just in time to say good night. And we did that for many years. So I understand completely. I'm outside enough when I'm at work. No, I got you. Wasn't specifically talking to you. I'm talking to all of my other pasty brothers. No, only job on weekend is AutoZone. The shop is only Monday through Friday. Oh, I got you. That's cool. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I spent a lot of money there this summer. A lot of money there. Low to mid 90s here for the foreseeable future. Nice. I would love it. I would love to have the weather year round. Yeah, absolutely, man. Single-handedly keeping your company in business. That's what I do. My brother and I, we were working on this Jeep that ended up not being, it was a calculated risk, and we lost. So it is what it is. We lost some money, but that's all right. At the end of the day, money comes and goes, but time with family is irreplaceable. So being able to spend all that time with my brother, even though we were working on a project, I still had a blast. I think it was a great time. We reconnected. We haven't really spent that much time together in 20 years, really. He's 2 years younger than I am, so it was really nice hanging out with him and complaining about old age, complaining about dumb shit, life, reminiscing about the good old days when we were just fucking hooligans running around. Yeah. So it was a really good time. I forgot about a lot of we both forgot a lot about stupid shit we did when we were children. So he was, hey, remember, when this went down? Like, oh shit, I forgot all about that. Yeah. How is that motherfucker? Oh, he did. Shit like that. And then I would remind him, hey, remember when you and your buddy would, we're doing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I forgot all about that too. So it was a good time. It was a really good time. I haven't seen him in a couple of months now since the situation. So I hope he's doing better, and I hope to see him again soon. Yeah, but yeah, at the end, we lost out on the vehicle, but the time spent together was well worth the price. So I don't even look at it like that. I hope they don't have too many idiots at your location. I wouldn't call them idiots. Metal, the work ethic is just down across the board. So, I mean, you walk in and it's usually they're just kind of sitting around shooting shit. And then you stand there and you stare at them. And while they continue to shoot the shit. And then you, and they're like, can I help you? It's shit like that. Like people aren't there to work anymore. They're there just to get a check. So But once you get them out of their stupid little bubble of, I don't want to talk to you, and you get them talking, I'm pretty good at getting people loosened up anyhow. So we usually, after that, we have a good time. And when I walk out of there, we're usually all laughing and having a good time. So I can't say everyone's experience is going to be the same. Your mileage may vary, but I'm a talker and a bullshitter. So, people love me. Low 120s here. Deja, where the fuck do you live? The sun? In the desert somewhere. Holy shit. I'm driving into Wichita, Oklahoma tomorrow. What's in Wichita? A girl? Is there a girl? Are you going to go see a girl? Best memories are on a garage turning wrenches. Absolutely, brother. I agree. Yeah. Where'd you get that scar? Well, I racked this. The wrench went loose and I hit it on a manifold, and 3 stitches later, here I am. Things like that. It's still weird doing fall-like things in shorts and a t-shirt reaching for sunscreen instead of hoodies. Yeah, I'm a shirt and hoodie guy. I'm a t-shirt, jeans, and hoodie guy for life, bro. They never go out of style. That's just who I am. I embraced that culture when I was a skateboarder. That's just who I am, man. I know. No offense, Metal. Any auto parts worker is an idiot. Damn. Hey, Metal's in management, okay? Let's just get this straightened out right now, okay? He is management. You don't give him lip. Close, Louisiana. Okay, that is. I'm not making fun of anyone. I knew somebody that lived in Louisiana, and he said it was the armpit of America, and yeah, I understand what you're saying. It was the devil's armpit. That's what he called. I don't know. I don't live there. I've never been there. I'm just telling you what they tell me. No, sir, I do not take offense to that because I've spent 20 years fighting that stigma and setting the example. It got me hired at the shop, the second job with zero mechanical experience. I've spent half my life at an AutoZone. I've spent half my life in an AutoZone. So we got that in common, bro. Oh, man. Maybe it's just my state, but nobody has no clue what the fuck they are doing. Get 1 or 2, maybe. I get that at O'Reilly's. We have an O'Reilly's here in town. Like, if I need a part quick, I'll go to Meijer. If you guys know, Meijer is kind of like an upscale Walmart, if there is such a thing. But if I really need a part that, obviously not an oil filter or something that I can just go to this department store and grab what I need, I go to O'Reilly's because it's right in town. It's very quick to get to. But I hate going there, man. They're worse than AutoZone, bro. Like they'll be on the phone and then they don't know how to get off the fucking phone. They like instead of saying sir or ma'am, we have people here. I have to go. Maybe I call back later. I can help you out. They will stay on this phone, and these people ask the dumbest fucking questions, and they will just stay on the phone with them the whole fucking time. And I'm standing there. I just want to make my purchase, bro. Do you have a self checkout somewhere? You don't have to check my ID because I'm not buying anything that I'm not buying alcohol here, right? I mean, I end up going there and waiting longer than if I would just drive the extra 5 minutes to the AutoZone location and then deal with them. And then I could be back and have the part installed by the time I get the fuck out of O'Reilly's. I don't know, man. Again, in our area, I can't speak for everybody, but in our area after COVID, customer service went out the fucking window. My wife is having the hell of a time trying to hire people. There's a point where they would take anybody that walked in the door because they couldn't hire anybody, and that the people they were hiring weren't even showing up. How do you get a job? You shake their hand and we'll see you on Monday, and then you don't fucking show up to it. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. So I around here, customer service is terrible. Our daughter is a waitress, a server, and we trained her right. Like, she knows she's a bullshitter. She gets that from me. And she's very kind and very nice and friendly. She gets that from her mother. So she's really good at what she does. And she tells me all these stories about, when she gets out of work, about how some of these servers, they just don't care. And they get mad at, people, visibly upset with people when they tip like shit and stuff like that. I'm like, what is going on out there, guys? What's happening? What's happening, man? At least my kid's right. I feel good about that, knowing that, you know, my kid's a little, it has some customer service to them and can actually just be nice to people. I don't know. They are rare, but they are out there and underappreciated because of the stigma and being surrounded by ignorance. My far Alabama here. Roll Tide. Them be fighting words. Probably is. It's not commercial. You're talking to. In my store, folks are in line. The phone gets put on hold until we clear customers. That's the way it should be. But go tell these boys at O'Reilly's, because that phone is the most important thing to them. I have no idea why. You have customers in the store with money, right? And you have a guy on the phone who may or may not come in. More than likely, you just assume that more than likely the guy that's on the phone asking questions is not going to come in because he's trying to get your price, and then he's going to call 3 other places to get their prices. So unless you're really fucking confident in your price, you're wasting your fucking time on the phone. And on top of that, you're wasting your time on the phone regardless because you have a paying customer in front of you. I was in line there several times behind other people, and this guy won't get off the fucking phone. I'm looking at my watch. It's been 2 minutes. It's been 3 minutes. It's been 4 minutes. I'm out. I'll drop my shit right where it's at. Sometimes I'll leave it right on the fucking floor to prove a point. Nope, not waiting anymore. Put it on the ground, and I'll walk right out. I don't care, man. I'm the customer. I got the money. You talk to me. Is that entitlement? I don't. Is that entitled? I don't think so, right? If I walk into a store, I should be, taken care of. I told my wife I don't wait in line. This might be a little bit entitled, but I don't wait in line to give people my money. Yeah, it kind of sounds bad when I say it out loud. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I'm sorry. That's a little extreme. But that's how I feel. I don't want to wait in line to give you my money, right? Oh, sorry guys. I'm a bad influence sometimes. I'm a transplant. Don't have any loyalty anywhere in the South. Uh-oh, don't say that too loud. Yes, customers in store with money in hand over a jackass that can't use an app or a website to do exactly what I'm doing for him. Exactly. You're mad at me because you're lazy? What the hell? Yeah. That's funny. Would you guys ever consider, Metal Josh, have you ever been part of the conversations, you're at one of the largest locations in the U.S. Have there ever been talks about doing a self checkout at any of your locations? Would that be something you guys would look into? I would utilize it. I utilize it everywhere I go. I don't, it's not that I don't like people, but it seems like everyone wants to wait in line to talk to a human, where utilizing a computer or an AI program, people are kind of hesitant about. I have no problem utilizing it. I'm just ringing something up, right? I'm not going to sit there and ask you questions about said product that I'm at. If I know what I want, I walk in the door and I just want to grab and go. I would love self-checkouts everywhere. I know a lot of people hate them. And I see memes all the time, why, if I'm going to do your job, you should pay me. I think that's some stupid thinking, but if they put up self-checkouts everywhere, I'd be a happy guy, because I'm the guy that comes in, I know what I want. I'm going to grab this, and now I got to go stand in line and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Here you go. Here's my money. Boom, 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 boom. I'm out. If I can go to a self-checkout, I can ring that bastard up myself and get the fuck out of there. I love it. Oh, you guys have one. Okay, cool. You got any if there are any plans to branch out? Because I would love one over here, man. I would love to have that. Maybe just in your major areas. I don't know. I need wiper blades. What size motor? Smokey, that's so true. That's so true. We have them now. Self-checkout at AutoZone. What the fuck? Don't have that around here. I don't either. But we're East Coast bastards, bro. We're on the East Coast. We get all the shit last. It starts in the West and works its way across. That's how all the things were, all the trends and shit. They start in the West Coast and they slowly work their way across America. It's in Missouri now, so I should be getting it soon. So Smoke, when I get them over here, I'll let you know, and you guys should be a couple of months behind us. So I'll keep you up to date on that. But I'm down a workstation now because Smart Corporate wanted to save money and literally just took a station and turned it forward. Why? Is it I know that I've heard this before, is that Some places want people to wait longer. It's intentional to get them in the little area where they have the all the candy bars and shit. So you have this what do they call it? There's a term for it when you're buying something on the go. I can't think of it right now, but grocery stores started this many impulse buying. Thank you, impulse buying. Many years ago. While you're waiting in line, they have magazines here for. They have candy, they have soda, they have just little things, little trinkets. So while you're waiting in line, you're like, oh yeah, let's get the new Time magazine, or hey, I could go for a fucking whatchamacallit bar. Why did I pick that one out of all the candy bar whatchamacallits? Something wrong with me today. Impulse buy. So I was in the retail business for a long time, and I've read stories. There's stories about in the malls, when you went to the mall when you were a kid. Remember malls? They're not what they used to be, but back in the day, Auntie Anne's and Sally, Mrs. Fields and Sally made whatever. Sally Fields cookies. Mrs. Fields cookies. God damn it. In places like Yankee Candle and shit. What they do is they put the shit in the air conditioner. We actually did this at a furniture store that I worked at. We had Otis Spunkmeyer cookies, and we would actually we made these cookies in the Amish furniture area, and there was a little vent that would funnel the smell up into the air conditioning or the heater system, whatever, the ventilation. So it would go everywhere in the store, because they found out many years ago that fragrances will help people relax and spend more time in the store. I'm not making this shit up. There's research behind this stuff. So these are all things that corporate that these think tanks have put together to try to get more money out of every customer that walks in the store. So making somebody wait a little bit longer in line where they have all the candy bars and shit like that, so they impulse buy, that makes sense. We'll just get them to wait just a little bit longer, just so they're looking around, getting bored. Oh, I could use this. Oh, I could use this. Oh, I can use this. Because the quicker they're in and out, the less chance you're going to have to sell them anything else. In the malls, again, if you went into places like the big stores on the end, Sears, and the Sears wasn't so bad. Hudson's was a big one. They actually pump these fragrances and these things into the ventilation, so it's everywhere in the store. So you feel that euphoria, and you're like, oh, I want to stay here a little bit longer. Oh, that's a good price. It's crazy stuff, man. We don't see that much anymore because we all buy online, but now if you go to a Best Buy, I don't know about Best Buy. I can't say that happens, because if you go to a Best Buy now, especially the one by us, it doesn't smell like anything other than mildew. I mean, first off, there's nothing in the store except for just floor models. They have to order shit every time you want something there. We went in for was it a Roku soundbar that they had on sale for $80? We ended up buying it someplace else. I ordered it from Amazon, I think. I don't know. Either way, well, I went in there to buy it, and there was none on the shelf. So we asked the guy, "You have any in the back?" And the guy's like, "Oh, we had 2 on the shelf. They were gone this morning." You're going to put something on sale and you're going to have 2 in the store? The brick and mortar places are hurting themselves, guys. They're doing it to themselves. My store is top 5% in the company 3 years in a row now. Nice. Arizona has a section where you stand in line. It's literally an aisle of impulse buys. Every one of we have them everywhere, but the one at the AutoZone that I go to, they actually have it's almost like it's an aisle for you to stand in. They used to just have the ropes, that you kind of waited in, at the movie theater or whatever. They would kind of rope you off. Now they actually have this big, and they have toys on this motherfucker. They have candy. They have cheap little like flashlights and gloves and really cheap shit, because they want you to buy all it. And then they have on top of these things, they have little bowls that have even more candy and big graphics things, they catch your eyes. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy shit. AutoZone hits. Oh, AutoZone. Guy. Hit you with the impulse weight line, then you try and sell your packet of bulb grease that'll ruin your bulb socket if you're not done properly. Yeah, again, there's so much shit. O'Reilly's has it as well. Advanced Auto. What's the other one? I don't know. Either way, they all have that shit. Every place you go though seems to have that. While you wait in line. If you go to self checkout, I don't know. I don't go to Walmart, so I couldn't really tell you. But again, we go to this place called Meijer, which is kind of similar to Walmart, basically kind of the same thing. They have to get to the self checkout. They have a long aisle that you have to go through to get to the big open registers, and there's 15, 20 of them in there. There's a lot of them, which is great. Which I love that. Yeah, Laz, Meijer is goated. Hell yeah. But it's all impulse buys. It rows and rows of candy and fucking little Debbie snacks and jerky and then now they have at the very end of that, they have these big kind of bowls that are like mounted to the wall, and they all have like shots, $2 shots in there. You know, they even have alcohol as an impulse buy. But I mean, this day and age, who ain't drunk all the time? You know what I mean? Butt grease, that's right, lads. Only at your Meijer. Only out there. Did you know that Oni has his own butt grease now? They only sell it at the Meijer by you. Oni's butt grease. Yeah. There's a slogan for it too, but I couldn't think of it in time. If you're trying to fake your own death, use my butt grease. Trying to help you, motherfucker. That's right. Absolutely. I heard Oni dropped the new album about living and dying and living again. That's right. The Asian Jesus, he died and rose again. And that right there is too much airtime for Oni. That's all I got to say about that. Rajarish. Rajarish. Oh, that's funny. So anyhow, I will be, the wife's got a honeydew list about as long as my arm. To my elbow, at least. Of things I got to get done. So I'll be working outside majority of the time, but I will be on tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, I really want to get back into some Gray Zone. So if anybody's willing to jump on there, I'll see you guys there. Tomorrow, I have no idea what's going on, but I'll be on doing some gaming. And then next week, I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys want to watch me play video games anymore? Or do we like this setting? Do we like just the talk show shit? Because I told the wife, I'm like, I have to lean one way or the other because I don't think I can do both. So if I do this, I'm going to put more time into graphics so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and more time into copyright videos so I can show you guys that shit as well. But I don't know. I'd accept an apology from the idiot if he'd just come out and admit it and say he was sorry. He's not going to. He's not going to do that. I'm sure he's out there as a different name doing the same fucking shit. He wants attention. And he just, he just doesn't care. I would like to have a conversation with his wife. Fuck talking to Oni. I would like to talk to his wife. I would like to just ask her a handful of questions. Nothing derogatory, nothing mean. You know me, I'm a nice guy. I don't want to, I'm not here to, bust anyone's balls. But I mean, well, that's so false. Sorry, I retract that statement. I'm here to bust everyone's balls. But no, I would like to have a conversation with just, like, do you know that he does this kind of stuff? Does he have a history of mental illness? Like, is he okay? Like, I would just like to ask her a couple questions. Is he always been like this? Have you seek help for him? Just something. I just like more clarification. Is she okay with him doing these types of things, or is it just like, oh, boys will be boys? I don't know. But I would like to. We're not going to get any fucking answers out of him, and obviously, he's a liar, right? So that he can't be trusted with any answer that he gives you. I would like to talk to the wife and ask her a couple questions. But I wouldn't do that. Like coming to your house and come to your door like Chris Hansen. Like, we'd like to talk to the wife of Oni, the dead guy who's miraculously alive now. Would you have anything to say, ma'am? That'd be funny, though. Huh? What? Who? What? Oh, he was there when I blew up his live, and then he banned all of us. I jumped in there and I said hi. I was being kind. I was being nice. I wanted him to. I was trying to get him to think that I was like cool. right? So that I can just ask him a couple questions and maybe get a legit answer out of him. But then everybody came in and then just went to shit, man. I'm like, all right, well, whatever, it's over now. But I was trying to approach him as a nice, when you approach an animal, a scared animal, you don't go there and go, hey, you're like, hey, it's okay, buddy, it's okay. Hey, come here. I got something for you. Want a treat? You want to come here? It's okay. I was trying to do the same thing to Oni. Hey, buddy, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, does everyone here know you faked your own death? What was that all about, man? But as soon as he saw you, Laz, it was over. That shit imploded so fast. Yes, Free brought it all to our attention. It was great. Except the microphone would have been a tire iron. And if he said something dumb, I'd bonk him upside the head. It might shake something loose, man. That might be what he needs. I don't know. I don't condone violence of any sort. Most violence. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know why he did what he did, and why he continues to do it. Does anybody know if he's done it more than once? I mean, the last time he got, right? So we all went in there and kind of blew his shit up, right? So then he was forced to move on. So then he had to change his name again and go on. But has he done it in the past besides what he did with us? Has he pulled that fucking move multiple times? Why would be great. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I still don't know what he was going after. I know that there was a lot of us in the community that were all streaming DMZ, and he was trying to be a part of that. I streamed with him several times. There was several times where him and a couple of them guys would go up against us, and we had no problem with that. We thought it was fun. The more the merrier. Come at us. Let's go. Let's have a good time. But I don't know. Was it because he had a lack of viewers and other people in the community had more viewers? That's the only thing I can come up with, is that he didn't have the viewers that he wanted. He tried the cancer thing. He tried wowing everybody with the money that he didn't have, saying that he bought a Cybertruck, which we later found out was bullshit. Posting videos of a backyard pool that didn't belong to him, because we both found his house and this and that, and there's no pool in the backyard. It was extravagant, so he tried all these things, and he still couldn't get people to join his streams. I think it was. He couldn't figure out the formula to get more viewers, and he decided that killing himself, I guess, would somehow get him something. I don't know. But he definitely, if you kill yourself, you're definitely not going to get any viewers, right? So it was almost like he just needed that. But it worked, right? It worked until it didn't work. So did he go, okay, well, I'm going to try this again and see if I can get away with it? Maybe I can't do this. Otherwise I'll get caught. He learned from the previous experience. So has he been doing this the whole time? Does he go out there and he puts on a sad face and gives everyone a sad story, and then 2 months later it's he posts as his wife, oh, Oni's dead, motorcycle accident, or the cancer finally got him, or has this happened more than once? Is this an ongoing thing? Does he do this a lot? Because, I mean, at some point, people are going to catch on, right? Somebody from one of his previous communities where he has came to an end is going to run into him again and go, wait a second, that's that fucking guy. That's the guy. He died. Oh, I don't know. Or did he finally just give it all up and go back to work like he said he was going to? I don't know. In the video, you can see him fumbling around with his Twitch settings to lock it down, then banning me. Yeah, he banned you, then he banned somebody else, and then he banned me, I think, and then everything ended. The stream went black, and everyone's like, all of his new people were like, what the hell is going on? His mod at the time was like, guys, what's happening here? I think, Laz, you even took a minute to personally speak to his mod that was confused, what was going on at the time, and give him the entire story. Anything ever come of that? You ever talk to that guy again? Did he ever get a hold of you again and tell you, give you anything like, oh, he's, try contacting us, or he's just ghosted us, or any other contact after that day? Mental illness couldn't be more obvious. I agree. I just want to know what was going on in his head. And again, this is like I was saying yesterday, we need more mental health in this country. We need to start funneling more money into the healthcare system than into war. I mean, we were now the Department of War again, something we changed, 70, 80 years ago. you know, in putting more money into our military, tax breaks. We got to stop doing this shit. We need more money in healthcare and in education right now, and it seems to be going in the opposite direction. We're now defunding education, and they're definitely not doing anything to help healthcare in any way. RFK was going in with great ideas. I agree with RFK on the fact that we need to get rid of all these poisons that are in the food. 100% agree with him on that. 100%. Now the vaccines, not so much. I don't agree with him on a lot of that shit. But I just, I don't know. We're putting money in the wrong places, guys. I think we can all agree on that. But I think he is somebody specifically that needs health care, mental health care, like immediately. Because faking your death is one thing, but if things were to go off the rails and then he was looking for even more attention and that led to violence of some sort, we were all here going, dude, we saw signs years ago. He needed help. He didn't. We probably could have prevented something bad from happening, and nobody did anything. And that's kind of the burden that we all carry at this point, right? Anybody that was involved in the situation, Laz, do you ever worry that he's going to go off the deep end and do something stupid? You're going to see him on the nightly news or some shit, and you're going to be like, "Fuck, we knew there was a problem with this guy. Damn, what could I have done?" Then you kick yourself. What could I have done? What else could I have done to help the situation, to prevent that person from doing what they did? Epic. It was epic. For as big as Twitch is, you know what? I wish I can go, because he deleted his channel. I use a thing called Twitch Extractor or something like that, where you can actually extract somebody's any Twitch video clips, things like that, because you normally can't download them unless they're yours, right? That's how I got Tapmaster's stream from years ago that I put up on YouTube for everyone to watch. I went back to try to download that stream because I wanted that. I wanted that face right there. I wanted that to be blown up on a picture or on a T-shirt somewhere. And he'd already deleted his whole account. Oh yes, Laz, perfect. All right. Well, you have some video editing experience, so I'm gonna let you do your thing. And when you want to release the video, you let us know. For as big as Twitch is a very small place. I agree. Especially when you stream the same ass games you were before. Like, how dumb do you have to be to think that no one is going to find you? Why actually help our own citizens? We can just blow up other countries. That's what we do. That's what we do, bro. We just drone strike everybody because it's fun. It will escalate if not addressed. Oni, no, he's a weak ass fuck boy. He's a big old sissy. That's what they say though. In some of these, look at some of these kids. Look at these shooters. The 16-year-old, the Colorado kid that not many people are talking about because of Charlie Kirk. But if you see the big picture, he's a little baby face. And that's what happens. The Sandy Hook killer. Everyone's like, oh, he was such a nice kid. I think his mom was a teacher there and shit. Mild mannered, so you never really know. It's not always the guys that are screaming and they're acting a fool that go off and do these things. It's the quiet ones. It's the the ones that the pussycats. So I really think that, yeah, is he a big old, yeah, we see him that way, but who knows what he's capable of. Usually spousal abuse, which might explain why she never got involved. If not physically, mentally. Absolutely. I've seen it. I've seen it personally. I've seen people that are so mentally abused that they don't know up from down and what to do. It's just, it's sad. My video screen grab. I got plenty of mental issues, bro. But he's getting his addressed. He's seeking help for his. That's fine. No, that's me. Don't lie. I don't think Oni is crazy. I think he has some other mental illness. People online love to lie about things that they want but don't have. Remember, they want to have a private service. Yeah. The whole thing about that was weird. And then immediately, like, I'm just kind of like, I'm that guy. That's why my wife always says I would have been a good detective as well. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound right. Let's do a little more digging. And the more digging I do, the more shit that I yeah. So then Laz and I were doing the same thing. I don't think we started comparing notes that night, I think is what happened. But like, I started looking in this. I couldn't find a motorcycle accident anywhere around where he lived. I found the shop that he worked at, but I didn't find any information on it. I couldn't find like who the owner was or anything like that. I never saw any pictures of him working there. And then somehow I found his house, found his residence based off of his name. I think that's what it was. We knew his full name. Found his residence. It didn't seem right. It didn't match up with all the pictures and stuff but some of the architecture you could see, like when he was streaming, he was in his living room. There was some stonework and stuff that kind of matched the outside of the house. So that kind of made sense. So and then we were like, Laz and I came together somehow on a stream or something. And we're like, oh, dude, I looked him up. Oh, I looked him up too. Yeah, he lives. Oh, yeah. So it was kind of crazy. We came to the same conclusion. And then I ended my search and Laz continued his. So Laz has got way more information than I do. But at that point, I was like, okay, so I've in my mind, I've proven to myself that this is all fraud. This is all fake. It's all bullshit. And then we saw him. But you know, Laz, he's been here. He's been here many times in the last couple of years under different aliases. And I've always questioned it. I see these names in here that look similar, Asian Samurai, and I look him up and the account's like 2 days old and he seems to know too much about me and he's kind of acting squirrely. And then I call him out and then all of a sudden he's gone. A couple days later, another guy comes in with a similar Asian kind of name that's just only a few days or a week old and they're acting weird. And so I know he's been here. It's very, very many. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, man. If you kill yourself, you got to cut all ties, bro. You got to got all ties. You got to go away. But he's the guy, he's the guy that would murder somebody and then stick around to see the police doing their job. He likes to watch the police work. He's the same guy, man. He kills himself and he wants to sit around and see what's going on. Is anyone talking about me anymore? Is my name coming up? Oh, good. They haven't forgotten about me. I'm still in their mouths. That sounded weird. I know. I'm sorry. He's smurfing to keep an eye on people he used to hang with. Yeah, he'd be at the crime scene like, damn, what happened? That's crazy. What? Yeah. Another Asian guy? Am I in trouble? Is there something? Same thing, man. Oh. I don't know. I've seen and heard a lot of crazy shit in the 4 years, a little over 4 years that I've been streaming now. I feel like I've seen it all, damn it. Crazy stuff, man. Wasn't me, I was playing COD, yeah. Well, I think we're overdue. I think we're overdue for another Oni sighting, aren't you? I'm sure he'll be around shortly. Someone's probably telling him right now, hey, Beatdown's talking about you. Go over there, look. Go over there, look. He's talking about you right now. Oh, shit. I got to get over there. I'm going to pause my stream, guys. I'll be right back. So anyhow, around here, I have a handful of different things I got to get done. Oh, motherfucker. Consumers Energy is supposed to be here to pick up a refrigerator. I don't know what time though. Oh shit. Okay, well, I'm glad I remembered that. Consumers Energy is going to be here shortly to pick up my fridge that took a shit over the. It's not worth anything to me, and they give us $75 for it in a credit. So I'm like, let's do it. Yeah, you're not a streamer if you haven't had a community member fake his own death, right? It's like he's ashamed of who he is. Just bring it to Flint and drop it on the side of the road. I'm in Flint. Well, I'm outside of Flint. I'm closer to Flint. I get money, bro. I get money for it. And that's a lot of work, bro. That means I got to load it up. I got to borrow someone's truck. I got to load it in the back of the truck. I have to drive over there. And then, you meant actual Flint? Like East Side? East Side's where you drop shit off. That's, yeah. Every other burned down house, there's a big pile of shit in the driveway because everyone just keeps dumping their shit in these abandoned places. Yeah. And then you have a trap house, and then you have 3 more burned down houses, and then another trap house. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it goes. I forgot. Laz he probably kept tabs on. He probably knows exactly where I live. And he's like, bro, you're nowhere near Flint. I am. Flint. Yeah, I'm really close to Flint, but I'm not in Burton. I'm not. Burton is pretty much Flint, but I'm not in Burton. But yeah, you're right. I'm not close to the east side. I'm closer to Flint Township and the mall and shit like that. Yeah, the business district. But downtown's pretty close to us. Matter of fact, my son went to Kettering, which is really close to the downtown area, and that's just a short ride from here. And that's not a very nice area either. So, but either way, I'm gonna have to get to that. But I'm the summer work, everything that was on my list, the honeydew list, the laundry list of things I got to get done. Most of them are done now. I didn't get to a couple big jobs this year, which it is what it is. We'll get to it next year. But a lot, I feel good about what we've got accomplished this year. I have to get this Jeep out of here. That's the next step. And then we have another car that may or may not be ready to scrap. I don't think I'll get much money for it. It's a very old car, but get those off the premises would be nice. And for the most part, we're done. We're done. So now I can just kind of enjoy the outside, but I got most of my shit done. How about you guys? How did your honeydew list go? Some of you guys are like, Smokey, I know you're a renter. You don't have to deal with any of that shit. I get it. I'm jealous. I am. But anybody, Laz, you're a homeowner. Did you get any big projects done this summer? Any big things done around there? Swartz Creek? Yes, I'm in Creek. Yeah, we had an active shooter over here yesterday. Well, it wasn't like a crazy story or anything. Basically, a guy was being served some papers, probably for eviction. That's what Big Al Mac's saying. And he started shooting at the cops, and it was basically he was holed up in a house for 4 or 5 hours, and they were able to talk him out. So nothing big, nothing huge. But it is crazy when my wife, we're in the middle of a stream, and the wife's messaging me going, "There's an active shooter, a couple miles from home." Like, oh, what? No, I didn't do anything this summer. We're doing a Disney trip next year, so I'm saving every penny I can. Oh, I got you, bro. We took a trip to South Carolina. We went to Myrtle Beach, and I jokingly said, I hope nothing else happens over the summer, so we have to dig into our savings, And of course, our fucking washer and dryer go out, and then our refrigerator back to back, all within 2 weeks, I want to say. So we ended up dropping $3,000 on new appliances, which is pretty close to what we spent on our vacation. So I'm like, of course. I don't like dipping into savings. Savings is savings, man. So I don't like touching that at all. But, it is what it is. Now we got to put the money back in there. Our daughter's starting to save money for a car. We told her we match it. So we got to, start putting money towards that. And God, and then the wife's like, hey, we got Christmas in like 2 months, 3 months. I'm like, oh, fuck. Christmas. Can we cancel it this year? Oh, man. Paid off my F-150. Nice. Off to work. Have a good day and weekend, everyone. Same to you, Metal Josh. Have a good one, man. Metal Josh is working all weekend, so my condolences, sir. Like a month ago, so that was exciting. Nice. Well, good. It's always great having something paid off. I think my wife's car will be paid off. I think she said that she has 2 months left. Two months, and then that vehicle's paid off. That was on a 5-year loan. I think we paid it off in 48 though. Can't remember. Maybe it has been 5. I don't know. Either way, yeah, it's great paying. It's great getting something else paid off. Get another credit card bill paid off, and it feels good to get the debt off your chest. You know what I mean? My wife's Civic is paid off in like 3 months. Hell yeah, dude. And being a Civic, dude, those cars last forever and a day. They're like a Toyota Camry. Fucking great cars. Great vehicles. We're dropping an extra $200 towards the principal on the mortgage. We were doing that for a while as well. And then whenever we had some extra money, we'd always try to put a little dent in that, make it a little easier. We're just hoping that our home value stays where it's at or goes up a little bit for another 2 or 3 years. So please don't let this market crash, please. But I have a feeling that it's going to. So as long as we don't lose any money on the house, I'd love to walk out of here with a big wad of cash in my pocket. But chances are we might break even on it depending on what the market looks like. But I don't want to break even on this place because we got a really good deal on it, and it's already over doubled its value. So I don't want to lose anything on it. And I really want to walk away with some serious money, but we'll see what happens. We're going to leave Michigan when Lucas is 18. I don't think it's going to crash. I hope it doesn't crash, brother. I really don't. But yeah, I'm the same way. Where you guys headed? You got down the Myrtle Beach too? We want to go to South Carolina somewhere. Myrtle Beach is on the probably, yeah, I don't know. Florida's too Florida for me, if that makes sense. Florida's a little too Florida for me. But I would love to. Yeah, that's, we've been looking at Destin, Florida. That's where my wife is like really wanting to go to, the Gulf side. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't want to be here anymore. I know that much. I just don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of it. You know, my parents moved me out here when I was like 11 from California, beautiful fucking California. Moved me all the way out here, and then we have to immediately suffer fucking cold weather. And I've been stuck here for 30 years. 30 years. I want to go. I want to get out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. So yeah, we're ready to go. And the wife's lived here all of her life and really hasn't left. But once I got her out of she went to Florida once. It wasn't a very fun time for her. But our vacation to South Carolina really opened her eyes about where she wants to go and where she doesn't want to live anymore. So we're all happy. We're just to get the fuck out of here, man. Gulf of America side. Listen here, it's Gulf of Manic Nomad, okay? It's Gulf of Manic. He's already claimed it. You can't change it. Right now, mother-in-law is in Pensacola. F your parents, why would they do that? We're looking there, Navarre? Dave Navarre? A bit more west of Destin. I got you. Yeah, I don't know where Destin came from, but that's a place that she's been looking at. And she's like, well, the next vacation we take, before we leave here, I want to go to Destin. All right, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. And then we could take a local flight out of Bishop Airport instead of having to drive all the way down to fucking Detroit. Because I think she looked it up and there is a direct flight to Destin or someplace very close to Destin. And then I'll hate it. Too touristy? Yeah. I mean, we went to Myrtle Beach. It wasn't too bad though when we went. But yeah, it was nice. We ended up driving a couple hours south, in just seeing the sights and going to some other towns. Gatlinburg, I think was it Gatlinburg? Charlesburg? I don't fucking know. To some non-touristy areas, and great people, man. Great. You figure that everybody in the touristy areas, I mean, they want you to come back, so they're nice to everybody. You know, they'll kiss your ass all day because they depend on you and your money to come back, even if they don't like you, right? But when you go to a place where there's not many tourists and they're just living their lives and you're just happen to be passing through, and you get the same like friendliness and kindness, that tells you something. And everywhere we went, no road rage, none whatsoever. Everyone's just taking their time, waving people in on the roads. Motorcycles can come and go, no issues, no one honking their horns at people. You go into restaurants, everyone's nice and casual and excuse me and pardon me and thank yous. And it was eye-opening for us, man. We're up here in Michigan. We don't know because, we can only base things off of what we see here. And it's not the same here, man. People are not kind here in Michigan, especially where we live. I don't know what it is. People are fucking assholes around here. So when we go someplace else and we're like, these people are fucking pretty cool, man, pretty cool. We're ready to move in immediately. I'm trying to stay on the golf side, but not in one of the big tourist towns. What about it? What about the golf is it that you like? I was always told, and I always heard that the Gulf is the toilet bowl of the ocean, you know, and that the waters are all mucky and murky, and then you have to deal with. I mean, there's a lot of offshore drilling. I mean, I think pretty much everyone knows at this point. That's the reason why the name of Gulf of Mexico was changed only here to Gulf of America, so they could skirt some drilling laws, right? We all know that, right? But what about the Gulf? Is there nice water there? I mean, I hear there is, but I haven't really seen any. I don't know. I think I asked Manic that same question, but he didn't have a chance to answer me. He's got a place on the Gulf as well. Brandall is in Columbia, South Carolina. Brandall. That name sounds familiar. Is that somebody that played DMZ with us? That sounds like a DMZ player. Brandall. That's not Brandon. Brandon's Peak. Peak is Brandon. Brandon, that sounds familiar. So he or she lives in Columbia. I don't think we made it to Columbia. But either way, that's cool. I mean, Peak Brandon, our Brandon, he lives in North Carolina. He's just across the border. Fucking Pat, Little Hog. We got a lot of homies that live over there in the Carolinas, man. I would love to if we moved out there, do a meetup, hang out, have a good time. I almost contacted Peak when we were down there, but we were only there for a short period of time, and we didn't have a whole lot of time. And I was, it was supposed to be a getaway, so I didn't want to involve anybody. And Laz, this is the same reason I didn't contact you when I went to the 17 times I've been to. I'm kidding. I haven't been back there. I haven't been over in your side of the state in a while, but that's the reason I didn't contact you either. I was trying to spend time with the wife. It had nothing to do with you. I know you're still mad. I know you're still mad at me because I didn't say, Laz, come meet me over at, where were we? Jolly Pumpkin or some shit. Come meet us at the Jolly Pumpkin, bro. I showed the wife when we got back and you were in chat and you're like, man, I'm so fucking heartbroken that you didn't get a hold of me. I just told the wife, I was like, see, I was like, we owe him a lunch. The next time we go out that way, I'm going to have to contact him. And we're going to have to meet up for a lunch and a beer or 3. I don't know. It depends. Depends how our conversations are going. And if we're really going to go fucking find Oni and have a talk, have a conversation. So, but anyhow, where is the heavenly place where everyone is nice? I'm just saying that when we went to South Carolina, everybody was nice. Not just the touristy areas where you expect to be treated kindly because, they need you to come back next year or whatever during the next tourist season. I'm just saying that anywhere we went in South Carolina that was not touristy, they were just the same. The people were fucking awesome. We went into a Trader Joe's. Maybe it's just Trader Joe's. I don't know. We asked the guy for one thing and he dropped everything. He got the manager involved. He got the assistant manager involved. They're looking through the store. Couldn't find it. I guess we don't carry it anymore. I'm so sorry. No problem. It's all good. No problem. We're just curious, And then we go to the register. The manager comes back. He's on his phone. He's like, there's 2 places down the road that carry what you're looking for. It's this store and this store. Like, I was like, what? Up here, if you go to a store and you ask somebody that's busy, that's stocking shelves, whatever, sir, do you have this here? They'll tell you, get your phone out and look for it, or go find it yourself. Like, I'm busy. That's the difference is what I'm saying, is that we went down to South Carolina, everybody was fucking friendly as hell down there. And up here, you ask somebody a question, you wave to somebody on the road, and you get this. I don't know. I've made friends with homeless people playing Pokemon Go, watch some of them slowly improve their lives. That's pretty funny, dude. You're in their alley. They come out of their tent. What do you want? Oh, I'm here. There's a Charizard. Or, have you seen the Charizard? There's one over here somewhere, sir. Is he in your tent with you? Do you mind if give me 2 seconds here? Okay. All right. You're crazy, dude. Sounds like Missouri people will teach you Montana, Missouri. I don't know. People will teach you to change your tire, but your gas take you. Yeah, I mean, that's nice, man. I wish we had that everywhere. Don't spend time with me. I was just messing. Better call when you get to Boston. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. The wife wants to go to Boston at some point. We were talking about it. And I was like, if I ever go to Boston, I would have to contact Smokey because he's right around the corner. We'd have to meet up for a lunch as well. I had friends up Dallas a few weeks ago. Up from Dallas a few weeks ago, I met at Founders. That's where we were. It was Founders. Jolly Pumpkin was across the street. We went over there and checked it out. But Founders was like, whoa, this building's fucking nice and new and looks cool. And Founders had the best fucking pickle pizza I've ever had in my life. So yeah, I highly recommend Founders. And we did go to Jolly Pumpkin across the street and grabbed a 4-pack of something for the way home. We have a special place in our heart for the Jolly Pumpkin because we went to their original location up in Traverse City. That was where we had our honeymoon, and we went there and absolutely we fell in love with the place. So we're Jolly Pumpkin people. We love it, man. And their beers are just crazy strange. They're just the weirdest. They're artisan beers, but they're just weird. They're things that you normally wouldn't mix together. They do, and it's surprisingly good. Known them for 20 plus years. That's Meyer in general. Yes, my daughter is working at Family Fair. Oh my God. Yes, those are the those are all the do you guys have them over there on your side? Whenever we go up north, and we say up north, when we go higher than Gaylord, Gaylord, I think, in Tawas, Mackinac City, all the grocery stores up there are Family Fairs, and they all look like they're on their last week. Don't they? They always look like they're just about to be shut down. Couple more days, we're gonna have to liquidate everything and shut the doors. And the people there are way nicer. Founders is 2 blocks away from our headquarters. Do you go to your headquarters? Like if you're working, but you work from home. That's right. Never mind. You work from home. I assume you have to go in the office from time to time. But how far? Yeah, there you go. See, how far away do you live from the Founders? If I were to call you, Laz, I'm sitting here right now having the best fucking pizza of my life, and I got an extra beer sitting across from me. How long do you think it would be before you could be in that chair enjoying the beer across from me? The Real J, what's going on? Grand Rising. It's a Spartan brand which just got bought by Piggly Wiggly. Oh, no shit. I worked for a grocery store that when I was my very first legal job when I was 16, the day I turned 16, I went in. I've been there so many times. Worked for a place called Bill's Food Center, and it was a Spartan store. So I'm very familiar with the Spartan brand. I haven't seen it since, though. But Piggly Wiggly got it, huh? That's interesting. Go to headquarters twice a year. 15 minutes. There you go. That's with traffic, I assume, because, I mean, he does live in Grand Rapids. So, and there's a fair amount of traffic that way. I don't mind it. The wife does not like driving. Like if we go to any place like that, I usually drive anyway. But if she feels like driving, she will. But if we're going to a major area, she does not want to deal with that shit. So but I have a lot more driving experience, especially when it comes to like driving through Detroit, because I used to work down that way. And yeah, she's from this little hick town called Swartz Creek. I'd say 15-minute drive to headquarters, 10-minute walk to Founders. Oh, I got you. Well, I can't promise that beer will still be sitting there in 25 minutes. And I'll probably be asleep in my chair with a piece of pizza. But either way, we'll get you, brother. We'll get you in there. $25-minute hot beer. That's right. I would probably have to, do you a solid and order you another one and drink that one. There's no way for our first meetup. I'm not gonna give you a warm beer. That's not who I am. Maybe once we're friends and I've met you a handful of times, I would fucking do something like that. But for our first meetup, no, I'll be nice. I'll be nice. But once we know each other, you're getting the warm beer every time. Especially if I'm buying. I'm kidding. I'll drink all the KBS. That's the Kentucky bourbon. Kentucky bourbon stout, right? I know my Founders. I know my way around. I know my way around a Founders, bro. Kentucky breakfast stout. That's what it is, and it's got the old hillbilly on it, right? That's the logo for that one. Chocolate bourbon, yeah. I'm a sucker for a breakfast stout, but I'm not driving after that. The wife's got to drive. If I drink any stouts in general, really, they just hit different. It's more of a dessert. Let me just drink the second and third beer now. Yeah, by the time Laz shows up, I'm fucked up, bro. Hi, Laz. You get the next round. It's chocolate bourbon. I have about 35 bottles in the basement. That's all. You can get bottled KBS now all over. Yeah, we see it here at the Meyer. I've never been to the actual brewery, but I've been to the because their brewery is actually a little ways away from the actual restaurant that they have there. But I've passed it several times, especially going to Holland, and I would love to get a tour of that. They're huge, man. Founders is huge. Real J, I was ready for you today. I have my water here, ready to rock and roll. There is you can see there's a little bit of lemon wedge in there. Yeah, that's the way the wife does it. Was a little lemon wedge in there for me. Since they were sold, they ramped up production big time. Yes. Yep, absolutely. But those are legacy KBS bottles before the ramp up and the quality is much higher. So it doesn't just taste like straight alcohol anymore. Yes, sir. Yeah, so now you got me thinking, man. Now I'm ready to go on another trip. Just a day trip. We call it a trip. It's not. I mean, it's just getting out of fucking town for a day. But a day trip to Grand Rapids would be a great idea. I think. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Oh, the Dirty Bastard. That's the one that has the old that has the old guy on it. Yeah. And it's not the old Dirty Bastard, just the Dirty Bastard. That's a good one too. We went to so Laz is another fellow Michigander and a lover of all beer, especially craft. We went to Griffin Claw down in Clemson. Was it last weekend or the weekend before, I think. Dude, Griffin Claw, if you never had them, they have some really good stuff. We went down there to go to a museum, I think, and then I was looking at places to eat at, and I was like, no. Griffin Claw? No shit. It's 5 miles from here. Let's go. So we went down there and we had the best burger I think we've ever had. Incredible. And we go to a place over here in Flushing called Johnny's Poorhouse, which is pretty well known in the state. I've met people that live on the other side of the state that have heard of it, which is crazy to me because they're one location. But they even beat their burger, and they have a pretty good fucking hamburger, man. So Griffin Claw was great. That's another brewery we can check off the list that we want to see before we leave Michigan. Shorts is another one we need to get to. Shorts and Atwater, but those are Shorts is up north and Atwater's down Detroit way. Used to all the labels are changing to not have kick-ass artwork. See, that's the problem. I have a problem with that. I like the artwork. I like those. I think those are good. Sheboygan. You ever had a Sheboygan beer? Some of their drawings are great, man. What is the one that has all the? It's like the heavy metal. Is it Three Floyds? I think it's Three Floyds. They have like the crazy like dead evil dead art. If you've ever seen this stuff, if you ever go to the beer section, go to the craft section and look for Three Floyds. The zombie, I think there's a Zombie Floyd or something like that. They have some weird beers, but their artwork is fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's like you're looking at a graphic novel on the front of a beer bottle. Fucking awesome, man. Day in the town, day trip, anything 5 miles out of house. Yeah, exactly, man. Three Floyds is badass. Fuck yeah, let's go. My fellow craft beer lover, yes, mount up. Zombie Dust, that's what it is. They don't have a tap room anymore. Oh, they don't? Oh, that's a bummer, dude. My favorite Three Floyds is Robert the Bruce. There's another, what was the other, there's another brewery. I can see it, I can see the logo, and I can't think of the name, but their best known beer, and actually one of my favorites, is a Horny Monk. and I can't think of. I know it's a Michigan brewery, and I think they're up north. I think Traverse City, but their well-known beer is called the Horny Monk. If you're lucky, you'll find it on tap places. You don't, not very often. But back to Founders, my favorite beer that they sell is the Nitro Rubaeus. Now Rubaeus is pretty good on its own. It's different. You gotta be in the mood for it. It's more of a it's very sweet beer. It's a raspberry sour, I do believe is what it is. But if you've never had this and you get the opportunity to have a nitro version of it, there's a place close by, a restaurant that usually has it on tap, which is incredible. Their food's not the best, but I've had the Rubaeus Shandy as well. That's great. The Rubaeus Nitro is fucking incredible. Incredible. If you never had a nitrous beer before, a nitro beer, you have. It's called Guinness. That's probably one of the big ones. But anything nitro, any beer that you've had before that has a nitro version, you gotta try it. It's the chef's kiss. It's the best. Rubaeus and lemonade, fuck yeah, dude. I'm in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the store right after this, and I'm gonna go try to find some good beer for tonight. So the wife and I, we're dry night right now. We're kicking the alcohol until the weekend. We're only gonna have a couple beers on Friday and Saturday. This is a health thing for us. We're not doing any alcoholic drinks whatsoever. So yeah, we kind of cheated a little bit yesterday because we went out for tacos and cervezas, and we had a she does the Modelo, I do the dark, and she does the light Modelos. That's our drinks when we go to the Mexican restaurants. But tonight, she was asking me, she's like, so what do you want tonight? We really go for Sheboygan's blood orange honey, and then they have a blackberry that's really good as well. That's kind of what we go for. But now that you got me thinking here, man, we might have to go for a little Rubaeus. That might be what it's at. You don't like the nitros? Oh man, dude, have you tried the Rubaeus Nitro? At least give it a shot. At least try it. When I was a young punk, just coming out of as we all do, we kind of evolve from the Bud Light when we turn 18, 19 years old. I started getting into I wouldn't say necessarily like craft beer, but I was trying to get outside of the domestics and try something different. I tried some Canadian beer like we all have. But Guinness, I started checking out Guinness, and I for some reason I really liked it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just something way different than the normal, but I was drinking Guinness for quite some time. Then I would do the chocolate covered cherries, which is Rubaeus or Guinness with Sam Adams cherry wheat, which cherry wheat by itself is fucking amazing. If you guys never had it, again, you got to try it. And then I kind of went away from the Guinness. I haven't really been a Guinness person. Every year we did the Irish car bombs. I know they changed the name, but I don't care. Every year we do those for St. Patty's Day. I pretty much just do them now. The wife can't hang. She don't tell her I said that. But the wife can't hang when it comes to drinking things quickly, especially when it comes to alcohol like that. But I'm your frat boy. I got you, baby. And I started venturing into craft beer, and I kind of never really looked back. So, as a matter of fact, as a housewarming gift when we moved in here, someone gave us a 12-pack of Budweiser, straight Budweiser, and that sat in the garage fridge for probably 3 years. And I was about to throw it out, and I'm pretty sure one of the kids got into it. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever, they're gonna have it. I couldn't give that shit away, man. And I think that's what happened is when it was a housewarming gift, they got it from somebody else. They didn't want it. They gave it to me. And luckily it died with me, because I thought about it a couple times about giving it to somebody else. I'm like, that'd be so mean though, to keep taking the same 12-pack of fucking shit beer and just giving it to somebody else. Ugh. I'm basic. Corona's the only beer I get, only because I don't have friends that know beer. Corona, nothing's wrong with Corona. Nothing's wrong with Corona. There's not a lot of alcohol in it, you know, but has great fucking flavor. You toss a lime in there, a little lime juice, and you're good to go. There's absolutely nothing wrong. We get the Corona from time to time as well. I like carbonation, so nitros don't do it for me. I like Modelo. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, Modelo's great, man. I had it at the tap room. I used it to. I used to be a Founders Mug Club member. That's when you know you drink, when you're a member. I love it. I'll take a Bacardi and Coke, basic bitch. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either. We don't really get into mixed drinks too much. We've been kind of doing the we do some seltzer water with a little vodka from time to time because we're not big liquor drinkers, and that's kind of smooth and kind of fills you up. The bubbly fills you up, so you feel like you don't want another one. We do one or two of those. Those are nice. What's the first non-basic beer you had? Rolling Rock. Does anybody remember Rolling Rock? I think that was probably the first non-basic beer. And I think that's still considered a basic beer, if it even exists anymore. Zima. Anyone remember Zima? I remember when I remember when they did a comeback. Zima came out. Was it 10 years ago now? God, it's been a while. They reintroduced Zima, and my wife had never had it before. So we bought a 6-pack, and I told her, I said, the way you drink these is you get a Jolly Rancher, and you drop the Jolly Rancher in the Zima, and that's how you drink it. It wasn't what I remembered. I don't know if they changed the formula or if I just had grown since then. And the wife didn't like it at all. But so that was the last. But yeah, I the Jolly Ranchers in the Zima. But I came from a different generation, and there was a lot of we were still on the backs of rap music when I was kind of drinking beer late 90s, early 2000s. So it was a lot of malt liquor, especially where I lived. Steel Reserve, Mickey's Ice, Bud Ice. Does anybody remember Bud Ice? I think I still have a Bud Ice bottle for some reason. I think because it had like ice chips in it. It looked like it had. The bottle was ice itself. It was kind of cool. I had Killian's as well. Killian's Irish Red. I got sick on that once, and I probably will never drink that again. Killian's wasn't too bad. I see that on tap from time to time still. But yeah, I think my very first beer that was non-basic was a Rolling Rock. Like the ones that sent you down the path, the Coors, Miller, Bud was junk. We considered all those beers kind of the crap. Bud Light especially. Bud Light, Coors Light wasn't too bad. We really liked the Silver Bullet. No one did Miller. Miller High Life was kind of a bougie thing that the White Claw drinkers drank back in the day. If you ever drink Miller High Life, you probably drink White Claw. Is that safe to say? But we went down a different path. Malt liquor was was all the rave when I was a kid. So again, Steel Reserve, you can get a 22 for 99 cents. Mickey's Ice was a big one. A Colt 45. That's always been around. And then what was the other one? Bud Ice. Bud Ice was a big one back in the day. Ice beers in general were a big thing when I was coming up. Mine was Killian's Irish Red. I was like, whoa, beer can have actual flavor? Yeah. Stick 3 Jolly Ranchers in that bitch. That's the way to do it, brother. Tequila sound effect. You know the sound. You were old as fuck. Yes. We also had in where I live, we had access to alcohol. Not that, we were probably one of the last generation where house parties was still a thing. Parents weren't really paying attention as much to alcohol consumption and things like that. I remember going to some parties where the parents were in the house and they knew that everyone out back was drinking. It was just they were the cool parents, But now there's a liability and a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen. So we had access with a lot of store owners, party store owners in the areas. If they were cool with you and they knew that you weren't going to rat them out, they would sell you alcohol. That's not a thing anymore. That's not I drank too much at a young age. The only thing I can never drink is Southern Comfort. I got really sick on Southern Comfort when I was little, just a little man, and I just the smell of it will make me dry heave. I just it's a traumatic experience for me. That'll do it for you. Never had the worm though. Yeah, I've never had like legit tequila like that with the worm in it. I've had Goldschlager that with gold flakes. Anybody else have? uh, I used to take Jaeger shots with Red Bull, talking about being drunk while cranked up with energy. Isn't that a Johnny Vegas? Isn't that what they call a Johnny Vegas? Or maybe no, that's not. There's a name for that. I know what you're talking about. A Jaeger shot with Red Bull is a drink, and it is very common, especially in these little redneck areas, these little hickvilles that we that are they're kind of all over Michigan. Can I say that? Is that a bad term? Is that a derogatory term? I don't know. These backwood locations. I don't know. I'm not trying to be that guy. Jaeger Red Bull and vodka Red Bull were great times. Had one store selling me Ciroc at like 15 grand. I had a full beard. And that's why they call you the real J. Yes. I went to school with a guy like that. The Collards. They're a whole family. There's a whole plethora of them in our school. And every one of them kids had a full fucking beard by the time they hit middle school. It was insane. I can't drink vodka anymore. Spent about 6 months drinking 2 or 3.75 liters a week. So yeah, it's just like rubbing alcohol. The taste, I can drink any other liquor like straight, not that I want to, but I can. Vodka is really the only one that I can't, the taste of it. Now mixed is fine. I have no problem with it, but drinking vodka straight is just, You can tell I have no Russian DNA in me at all. None. Russian poison? Yeah, I just can't do that. Ugh. I like, if I'm going to drink anything straight, I like a good bourbon. But again, I don't drink liquor straight. I'm not that guy. I prefer a good, tall, cold beer. That's what and then I'll 2 of those and I'm good. 2 of those. Then I'm good. Then I'm good, baby. Usually mixed, but was shit. Make it 3. There you go. So I had this little project. I'll put the photos up in Discord since I'm talking about it now. But I rescued a grinder. You guys know what I'm talking about? A metal grinder. Okay. It had been out in the elements for a couple of years. It was all rusted. It was nasty on the inside. I had to use a torch to actually literally get these things separated because they're usually 3 or 4 pieces. I got this thing apart and it was just fucking nasty on the inside. I soaked this thing for a few days in alcohol. I scrubbed the shit out of it and it looks brand spanking new. So I'll put those pictures up later. I think anybody here like the videos on YouTube where they restore things, the restoration videos? I like them. I think they're great. That's who I am. When someone gives me something, usually electronics, the first thing I do is make sure it works. And then I either make sure it works or then I fix what's wrong with it. But while I have this thing taken apart, I clean the shit out of it. You wouldn't even know the condition it was in before because I love doing that shit. I love restoring things. So when I watch those videos where they restore guns or electronics or really anything, I get sucked into those pretty quickly because I'm like, oh, I love doing this types of shit. I should have did a video of the process and put it up on YouTube because I think people would appreciate it. But I do that kind of shit all the time. And the wife was the one that actually told me, she's like, you should take pictures of what you're doing. Okay. Now I'm glad I did. Make it 3. Vodka makes my stomach turn nowadays. Afraid to Escape loves bourbon. So does Manic. Manic is, I could have sworn Manic was in the car business because there's several things that car guys like. Number 1, golf. Okay. And I think he's a golf guy as well. 2 is a good bourbon and 3 is a good cigar. If you've been in the car business and you're either a top sales guy or you're in management somewhere along the lines, you probably enjoy one of those 3 things or maybe even all 3. But that's a very common thing for car guys. So when I found out that Manic was a bourbon and cigar guy, I was like, okay, all right. Is he in the car business? No, he's a CEO and he's got it. We do have that in common because I do enjoy a good cigar from time. I haven't had one in years, believe it or not. I haven't had a really good cigar in years. But yeah, back in my car days, I remember after a long day going into the office with a GM at the time, and he'd pour us both a drink, and we go out back, and he'd have some lawn chairs set up. We just sit around, smoke our cigar, and have ourselves a drink, and then we go home. I miss those days. I miss those days a lot. But I was also much, much younger. Gunked Up EW. Watch anime? I do not. Watch Gachiakuda? I'm sorry, I'm not an anime guy at all. At all. I tried. My mom even tried to get me an anime. I know that sounds funny. Does that sound funny? Growing up, I grew up in a Baptist house, a very religious house, and we anything that was considered secular, which was non-Christian mainstream, we weren't. So my music was all dictated by this as well. So I could only listen to certain music, I could only watch certain shows and this and that. Well, there was a Christian cartoon that was an anime thing back then, and I don't remember the name of it, but my mom brought these home, and hey, a new cartoon for you guys to watch. And I remember sitting there going, "Oh, I'm so bored." I couldn't get into it, and I tried. My kids like anime. Some of my kids like anime, and I tried getting into some of the shows that they watch, and I can't. The most boring movie I ever paid to see in the theater was the Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and that was because my son, my oldest, I think at the time, wanted to go see it. And he had all the Yu-Gi-Oh gear, and he had his favorite cards with him, and he's sitting in this chair, and he's all excited, and I'm going, what does this pyramid have to do with anything? Why is this happening? What is going I hated it, man. I hated it. I'm not an anime fan. I'm sorry. It's not for me. Not that I think there's anything wrong with anime. I just personally don't like it. Mom's just moved to Cuba. Can't wait to visit so I can try a real Cuban cigar. They're legal now, thanks to Obama. Say what you will about Obama, but he legalized the Cubans, baby. So they should be anywhere. You should be able to mail order them bad boys. You could probably get them hand rolled right there on the street corners of anywhere in Miami. So I mean, they're legal now. You don't have to hide them. You can get them. But I see what you're saying. You want them like freshly rolled right in front of you. I get it. That'll be cool, man. Curse, what is the show about? I don't know yet. I honestly have no idea. I started years ago playing PUBG, and that's all I did. I played games. And then we got into DMZ, and that's all I did. And then recently I've been running out of things to game with. So I started kind of doing a podcast thing. Sometimes I still play games. I don't know. It's just kind of a morning show. It's evolving. But welcome, Cursed. How you doing? Yesterday was probably the first political thing that I got into. Not that I wanted to, but because, the times kind of fucking forced me to do it. We wake up, no one's talking about 9/11, everyone's talking about Charlie Kirk. And probably the wrong things about Charlie Kirk. So we came in here and we had a whole show based on basically that yesterday. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. You're welcome to stay, hang out, subscribe, and see where this show goes. My wife keeps telling me I need to do a podcast. I don't know about what though. We done a couple podcasts just about games in the gaming industry and where it's going and where it's heading and things that I think should take place. We've done a lot of different things. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer the question. It's a different thing every day, and you never know what you're going to get. How's that? Never tried to watch Attack on Titan? Yes, I did actually. There was a lot of the premise sounded pretty good. I did watch one of the first episode again. I can't stick with it, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I can watch cartoons. I can watch cartoons, but something about anime itself, I don't know what it is. I can't get into it. DMZ removal from COD HQ. Deleted my account progression, lost everything. Level 1250 day one account. Yeah, I don't even know. My shit's probably long gone. I haven't played the game in 2 years, I want to say. I honestly left and never looked back, but I still cherish those days. I mean, that's when we had hundreds of viewers, the highest viewer count that I ever did. And we hit partner twice. It was an incredible time. It was a really good. I did the one chip challenge for you guys when I hit 1,000 subscriber or followers. That was in January of that year, whatever it was, 23, I want to say. It was a great time. But when they killed the game mode, when they decided to walk away from it and kill it, that kind of killed it for me as well, and I never really went back. So there you go. I'm out of coffee. Do I have any more coffee? Oh, maybe I do. We'll see. Crab Champions on Steam. Is that a Smokey plays everything, guys. So if there's a game out there you've heard of, he's probably played it. I have a ticket yet. They have yet to respond to me. Oh, about your account? I got you. I tried putting together a crew to go back and play it, and it was humbly declined by all of them, saying that the game is no longer the same. And I've seen clips. It does look like it's just kind of a shit show, which we all knew was going to happen. Once you walk away from something and you leave it to the kids to continue on, you get Lord of the Flies. That's what happens. So it's just full of goofballs now. I don't even know how else to say it. The game is just full of goofballs. It's all shotguns. No one wants to fight. Everyone hides in buildings. You know, everyone just kind of exploits what they can. No one's getting anything done. Most of the accounts, most of the that I see, they're still on like entry level fucking missions and challenges and shit like that. That like, so no one's really playing the game the way it was meant to be played anymore. It's just when we played, we got a lot of shit from people saying that we were too pussy, I guess, to go play Warzone. So we played this mode where we can, you know, bully other people and blah blah blah. We actually enjoyed it for what it was. We didn't care for Warzone, but we loved that there was an extraction shooter. It kind of gave us, you know, some. It wasn't PUBG, but it was, you know, it kind of gave us that vibe with the storm at the end, and yeah, I don't know, it was just something. There was something unique about it that we liked. But now it is kind of what they were saying about us years ago. It is just for places for people to go that can't really stand on their own in Warzone and need a slower paced game to play. That's kind of who still plays the game. That's who's there now. The people that don't want to play Warzone but still want to murder as many people as possible. That's who's there. It's all shotguns and hackers. Not every run is like that, but it happens. All right, Smoke, you got DBD. Is that cross? Damn Chinese hackers. Yeah, reason I went to Delta Force. Dead by Daylight. God, yeah. Stop with the acronyms, guys. Just type it out. Just type. You guys confuse the shit out of me. Now you're confusing each other. Just type it out. If it's on Game Pass, I have it. I think it is. Dead by Daylight. I'm pretty sure. I'll tell you right now. I'm looking at it. Because I'm still thinking about firing up Paw Patrol. Dead by Daylight is on. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. It doesn't look at any of the DLC you still have to pay for, but yeah, the game is here. The base game, but there's so much DLC that adds so many different things that you may not even be able to get into a game, because it seems like most people will be playing all the new DLC, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows? Yeah, so there's so much DLC. Attack on my wallet. Is it crossplay? It is crossplay also? Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, I that's all I saw at the bottom was just fucking DLC, just a shit ton of it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't know when. Did she ever message me back? No. Okay, so at some point, Consumers Energy is gonna be here to pick up my my refrigerator, so I got to be available for that, and I'm gonna get some other things done before I sit down and play some Gray Zone later. So if you guys are looking for some games, I'll be on Gray Zone later tonight. I'm going to check out the test server. I want to see what's actually happening with the game that I'm very interested in. And tomorrow, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. There's not a whole lot. I'm kind of bored with everything that's on the market right now. So remember what I said, guys. Before we lose our minds, let's see what the FBI can come up with. Let's get some answers about this whole Charlie Kirk situation before we start pulling guns on each other. Okay. Because I'm seeing that on Facebook right now. I'm seeing it on certain social media sites. People are just like straight up wanting an uprising right now. And it's not good. It's not good. Everybody needs to calm the fuck down. Okay. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. It'll say beat down on the front and on the back and say, everyone just calm the fuck down. Okay. I know it'll sell out day one. All right. What happened to Battlefield 6 BR? I'm waiting for my invite. It starts today. It's under NDA. So even if I get into it, I can't stream anything for you guys, but that is, we'll see. That'll be, I'm waiting. Every time my phone goes off, like it just did twice there, but I know that's the wife. I'm hoping it's the fucking email saying you're invited. And yeah. So fingers crossed. If any of you guys get in, I would like to know. You don't have to give us any other information. I just need to know who the fuck to be mad at and who to be jealous of. Okay. So if you get in, how do you get an invite? You get really fucking lucky and you had to sign up like 6 months ago. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, there's the wife. Oh, perfect. There you go. Okay. Well, let's give me some time then. Welcome. Hello. Goodbye. We'll see you then. But for me, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get some work done. And again, Gray Zone. I'll be on Gray Zone tonight. Okay. The wife told me I had to play games tonight because she wants to play hers. So that's where we're at. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Get something done. Go outside and spend some time in the sun, please. You owe it to yourself. And I'll have a quiz for you guys later. So everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.